You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Thunder Bowl. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference football action today as the Thunderwolves back home to take on the Cowboys of New Mexico Highlands. They've made the trip up from Las Vegas, New Mexico. Got up here yesterday, spent the night. Beautiful afternoon here. Maybe a little hot for football, but it's better than the alternative, Joe Cervi.
Yeah, hot for October. This is hot for August. So we were down on the field before the game, and it's a little toasty, and it's going to test your depth. It's going to test your conditioning. Again, but you'd much rather have this than sleet or snow or anything that could happen in October. And they're home, so that's always a plus. You know, after being on the road last week, although Alamosa was very good to the Thunderwolves, it's always nice to be back at the Thunder Bowl.
Well, one thing we've been doing all year is singing the praises of this depth of this Thunderwolves football team. And on an afternoon like this, for more reasons than one, it's going to be tested.
Yeah, you're going to play a lot of guys today. Csu-Pueblo has to play a lot of guys today. New Mexico brought their allotment that you can take on the road in the RMAC. They're winless. And when you bring in a winless team that's got talent, sometimes you can't take them lightly. And we're looking down there. New Mexico Highlands always has athletes.
Yes.
And they look like they have another set of athletes, but they have not put a game together yet. So you just hope they don't start today.
Well, they have a new head coach this year, and forgive Joe and I for we've thought about the pronunciation all day, but it's Ta'ufa'usua.
Yeah, we got it. We're just going to call him from now on. It's
Coach
T.
Coach T, and it's one of those Samoan names that you got to pronounce every vowel when you go through it, and you just have to put your mind to it. But he's formerly from the New Mexico Military Institute. He won a national title there in Division III, I think it was, something like that. So
tell you what,
he's had experience at winning.
And if you've never been to the New Mexico Military Institute, I've been down there in Roswell. It's a neat place, and the facilities they have down there for their athletics is impeccable. They're great. So to win, they're able to win down there in a lot of sports. So Coach T brings that with him, and looking at his roster, he brought in a lot of new players.
Yeah, it's crazy how many newcomers on this team. When I was going through it, I think he only had like 10 guys that he retained, and a handful of those guys were contributors, but this is pretty much a whole new ballgame. A huge number of true freshmen that he's bringing in. So he's playing the long game here. He knows, hey, I got to keep us somewhat competitive this year, not completely sell out, but he's trying to build something, and I think he's doing it the right way. He's bringing his guys, and he's going to do it that way.
Yeah, and the key for him and his staff now is to not let him get down. Don't let him go take a look somewhere else. Just build that culture. And Phil Vigil at Csu-Pueblo inherited the winning culture at Csu-Pueblo, but this is year 2 for Phil Vigil, and we've already seen his stamp on a different kind of culture with his players and coaches, and it's producing results.
Yeah, one thing about Highlands, too, they play the game a little bit different. It's not a true triple option package because they run it out of the gun like, you see a traditional triple option. You'd be under center and you'd have backs going everywhere. But they do run a lot of option out of the gun and out of the pistol.
Today is totally assignment-based defense for Csu-Pueblo, which, if you're a player and you go on instinct and you play fast, you don't think, you just flock to the ball. You can't do that against a team that runs this kind of offense. You have to stay in your lane, literally stay in your lane, wrap the ends, and force everything inside and not fall for the eye candy because there's going to be a lot of it.
Yeah, you hear a lot of that phrase these days, gap sound. So that's where the Thunderwolves need to stay. They need to stay in their lane. All right, come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Phil Vigil. That all comes your way next. It's all part of the Thunderwolves pregame show right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Thunderwolves pregame show. And joining me now, head coach Phil Vigil. And Phil, another successful week on the road.
Yeah, proud of our team this weekend against Adams. Obviously did not come out and start the way we wanted to, but we finished the game the way we wanted to. And all 3 phases contributed on Saturday and did a really good job at Adams State in a rivalry game. And that's what I expected our team to do on Saturday. And from our process and our prep all week, we had a great week of practice, and it really showed on Saturday.
Sometimes a game like that, it's hard to maintain focus. Hard to find focus, I guess, at the start, but once you got it,
the team kind of kept on the same level the rest of the game, I thought.
Yeah, we challenged them going into that game to play without looking at the scoreboard. Play the game the way that it's supposed to be played. And they did that. It's really easy when you look up at the scoreboard if you're focused on the results that to take the foot off the gas a little bit, and they didn't, and they played extremely hard for all 4 quarters, and we were able to get some young guys in the game there late in the game and in the second half, and proved really good for them as well because they were able to execute at a high level as well, and so it was awesome to see a good team win versus a rival.
I thought Adams did you a favor, too, by showing that, hey, even if you're a lesser opponent, you can play hard, and they played extremely hard, I thought, in that ball game. Yeah,
they did. I mean, they're Coach Harrison does a really good job of getting his guys to play hard. There's no doubt about it. And I said it before the game that if they got a team full of transfers, and if we give them life and let them believe that they can be in this game, that they will make it a game, and they did for a quarter. And ultimately, our guys went back to being who they are, and I think we were very uncharacteristic in how we turned the ball over on Saturday. And once we took care of the ball, it was lights out.
Well, kind of deja vu, playing another opponent, kind of a similar MO coming in this week with the amount of people or new people they're bringing in.
Yeah, I mean, their head coach, golly, I don't even know how to say his name, Kurt Tufasau, I believe. I just call him Coach Kurt.
There you go. That's good.
He does a great job. And, he was the head coach at New Mexico Military for a long time and won a national championship in 2021. And he does an unbelievable job recruiting. He's got a really good staff there right now. I'm a huge fan of his offensive coordinator, Drew Thatcher. Drew was with Josh Lynn at Nebraska Kearney when they were really good and going to playoffs. And then he was at Army last year as the offensive coordinator. And so they're going to bring in a triple option attack, and the great equalizer in all of football is triple option. And so we've got to make sure that we're ready to roll today, because if we're not, it's going to be a long game in front of homecoming crowd, and we've got to make sure we take care of business. But they definitely pose some threats.
Well, definitely room for their style. The national championship team run the option. So if you're committed to it and get the right people around you, it can cause a lot of headaches.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, it really tests your discipline on every single play. Can you have great eye discipline, and can you be gap sound? And the moment that you're not, they're going to bust a big run. And that's what they've proven. They're second in the RMAC right now in rushing. They're fourth in the RMAC in passing. So it's not just a run attack. They're going to run it a little bit different than what Harding does. They're going to be more of a gun triple option. So they're going to be in shotgun more often than not. And they're going to find ways with motions and shifts and things of that nature to run triple option. But it definitely tests how gap sound you can be and how much eye discipline you can have.
And the minute you start creeping up, then they hit you over the top. I guess that's the discipline in it.
That's exactly right. And they've got some receivers on the edge that are really good players. And so we're going to have our work cut out for us today. But I know Coach Foster's got these guys ready to roll, and we'll get after it.
Well, aside from the ball game, very big weekend here on campus. You got the 82 team coming in. You got Cam McDonald. I'm sure your players, and you're probably stressing them, looking forward to this is what you can be if you really set your mind to it.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, that's what makes this place so special is the history and the tradition. And there have been some unbelievable players and teams that have come through this place, and I'm excited to meet the guys that I haven't met yet, and excited to show what this team's all about.
And then finally, great weather day. It's going to be up there in the 90s. I guess a nice hot day. It's kind of the way you want it, to see if you can wear a team out.
Well, I'll take it I'll take it better than the wind and the rain and the thunderstorms. I'll tell you that much. So the near perfect weather saying is proven true. So we'll be ready to roll.
All right. Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thunderbolts head coach Phil Vio back with more of our pregame show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Jim and Joe with you here today. And Kajal Lang is our producer and engineer today of Thunderbolts football. He'll be compiling all the highlights as the day goes on. Keep us abreast on everything that's happening. All their games in the RMAC today. A couple of night games tonight. Black Hill State against South Dakota Mines in the old backyard brawl rivalry game up there in South Dakota. And Fort Lewis, another backyard type brawl, as they're going up the road there. Take on Western Colorado, a night game in Gunnison this evening. So a chance for not only, listening to our ball game, maybe being here in the stadium with your headphones watching the game here as well, but you can go home and watch an RMAC game here tonight.
I can't fathom a night football game in Gunnison. Granted, I know it's a beautiful October day, but we've been to Gunnison when the ink in the pens have been frozen, and we've had mountain men trying to wire us.
Yeah, exactly.
Exposed wires. And I know they got new digs there, so obviously they have lights, but I can't fathom a night game in Gunnison.
All right, we'll be there in a month from now, and
but not at night.
Looking forward to that trip. Yeah, it'll be an afternoon game. Hopefully, decent weather that day. We can only hope it's a halfway decent day like today is here at the Thunder Bowl. Going to be in the 90s, so it could be a battle of attrition in some ways here. But these guys are well conditioned. They're not. It's like they're not used to hot weather.
Well, and it's Game 6.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't to test your. If you're not conditioned by now, and if you're not in football shape by now, you're not gonna be. You may be starting to put on your winter weight. I know I did, but this is being in shape now is just is a will to deal with the elements, and it's going to be hot, and there's going to be cramping, and that happens, and we know that's going to happen, and it's we talked about it just a couple minutes ago. It's going to test your depth, Jim.
Other ball games in the RMAC today. Chadron State playing host to Adams State. They're walloping them so far. It's halftime, 28-0. Chadron State over Adams. Other game we'll be keeping an eye on. It's a pretty good game right now. They're in the second quarter in Grand Junction. Mines does lead Mesa 7-0, but Mines are not what they have been in the past. They're still really good, Joe. They're undefeated. Until you knock off the big dog, you can't claim their title, but they're just not quite as explosive as they've been in the past.
We're going to have to see. We get Mines, and we'll take a look. And they'll be here in Pueblo in a few weeks. John Matoko was one of the best players we've seen in the RMAC. It seemed like he was there forever, but he's gone. And so you hope you're playing your best football by the time and you hope the way the schedule sets up, that game is for the RMAC championship.
Yeah, we can only hope that's for sure. We're going to come back after this timeout. Joe will give you keys to victory for today's ball game. That all comes your way next. All part of the Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Thunderwolves marching band has made their way out on the field. That means we're getting closer and closer to kickoff here today. Kind of a special weekend. It's homecoming, of course, here, Joe, plus Hall of Fame night. Banquet last night, some very deserving athletes, including some football players.
Yeah, how about the 1982 team that I was in high school? I think were you in college?
I was here. I was working in the sports information department.
That team was really good. That was Riston's senior year, junior year, and I remember that's we got hurt at Highlands. But that team was fun, and I remember going to see them at Dutch Clark, and it was fun to watch. And then our good buddy Cam McDonald, one of the best ever to carry the football at Csu-Pueblo, among other people. Tule Sue Anderson from basketball. We both covered her entire career. And, it was just a great night for Csu-Pueblo former athletes.
Yeah, maybe the best one of them all was Staines, the runner. I mean, he was a national champion. Unbelievable.
Matt Morris, the coach here that does cross country and track and field, and they're all the coaches here are hitting that international pipeline.
Yes.
And Thomas Staines comes from Great Britain and just an amazing talent.
And they also honored a couple of golf teams, the women's golf teams from 11 and 12, and then the 13-14 teams, both teams that won Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference title. Lena Kim, the individual golfer as well. So it was kind of a magical night. Plus the pioneers of women's athletics, Jesse Banks and Ruth Shelton.
And I saw Ruth Shelton, and
the other name escaped
Ruth
me.
Shelton.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
good friend of Central High School when I was there. So I know Coach Shelton real well, and happy for them.
All right, keys to victory for today's ball game. First for the Thunderwolves, Joe, what do they have to do to win this thing?
Jim, they're going to have to display their depth. We know they're going to be down a few players. And talking to offensive coordinator Braley Brown before the game, he goes, I'd take 60 points, but I'll just take one more than they have. At the end of the day, they're going to run the football. They're going to keep everything in front of them, and just try and get out of here with a win. Defensively, again, depth. Everybody's going to get a play. Everybody that's eligible to play is probably going to play today.
Exactly. For Highlands to come in here and pull off the monumental upset, get their first victory of the year, what do they have to do?
Well, they need to hit those explosive plays that we've seen. If you look at their stats, they can crack off those 20-plus yard plays. They hit some big explosive plays. You do enough of that enough times, you'll keep yourself in the ball game. And of course, they got to hang on to the football. They're one of the teams that likes to turn the ball over.
Yeah, I think Thunderwolves just want to make them 10, 12-play drives if they're going to beat them. They don't want to see those over-the-top plays, which could really, really do some damage. And then when you get into a shootout like that, who knows what's going to happen. So that's what we're looking for in this ball game. Other games in the state today, Air Force took it on the chin from Navy. They clubbed them. Who CU got today, Joe? Do you know?
They're on a bye week.
This is bye week. No wonder I haven't heard much about them. They've been kind of laying low. After
they do not play this week. They got a good win last week in Central Florida. They were not favored in that game, and that was a good win. Showcase their studs.
How about your Rammies?
They are at Oregon State, the Beefs tonight.
Oh, that'll be a fun one.
The Rams just announced that they're moving to the Pac-12.
Yeah, what are your feelings on that?
I think it's great. I'd like to see a couple more teams. Obviously, they're going to have to get a couple more teams, but I was raised as a Trojan fan, so the Pac-8, Pac-10, Pac-12 has always been my conference. And now the Trojans are no longer in there, but why not?
All right, come back. We'll have the weather conditions for you. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunder Bowl. Weather conditions for today's ball game, 90 degrees right now here in the Steel City. Could see the high get up to as high as, they're saying maybe 91 by about 3 o'clock. So we're about at the peak where we're going to be at today. Just a slight little breeze, not bad at all. 11 miles per hour they're saying right now, gusting 19 out of the west-northwest. I don't think it's going to be that much of a factor. 0 chance of precipitation. Kickoff is next. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
5:38 to go here, first quarter. Cowboys on the move here. They trail at 7-0, but it's been a great drive so far by New Mexico Highlands.
Ground and pound, a little misdirection. That little counter interior blocking is kind of giving CSU-Pueblo fits. Defensive coordinator Kate Foskey calls timeout. If CSU-Pueblo, they're back on their heels, and now they're back in deep in their own territory, 7-yard line for the Highlands.
Yeah, that spot, actually, I said the 6 earlier, but they've moved it to the 7 now. So first and goal from the 7 for the Cowboys. Well, they're number 2 in the conference in total offense, and so far you're seeing why. They can run that ball.
Well, and also CSU-Pueblo has had a couple of missed tackles, which you cannot have.
Yeah, that 3rd and 10 was huge.
You cannot miss tackles. You're put in a position to make a play, and you have to make a play.
Of course, the Thunderwolves without 4 frontline defensive players here in this game. Here we go. Ball on the right hash mark. Now the quarterback goes in motion. It'll be a direct snap to the fullback. He puts his head down, powers his way to the 5, and hit hard at the 4. That was a train wreck right there.
The Wildcat is like Billy Gower. You got to go back to the old school. Biggest guy on the team running the football.
That's Tavita Valetti, the fullback, freshman out of Springerville, Utah. 2nd and goal from the 4 now for the Cowboys. Already down to the 5-minute mark here of this first quarter. And a little misdirection again. They give it to the fullback. He's hitting the backfield this time and thrown for a yard loss. Ends up on the seat of his pants all the way back at the 15 where the Thunderwolves took him down. On the stop, James Turrentine for the Thunderwolves.
When he makes tackles, he's emphatic when he makes tackles.
It's a loss back outside the 5-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. Officially, it will be the 5, but it's a long 5. Thunderwolves come with 5 different subs here now.
This is where you want Nushi and Sideburner.
And now the Thunderwolves going to take a timeout because they were going to be offside there. They needed to take that timeout.
They said it was their first charge timeout of the half. So New Mexico Highlands must have taken the last one.
That was strange. If the Thunderwolves didn't take the first one, why would Highlands be taking that first one? That's kind of weird. I thought that was the Thunderwolves' second. But, well, we'll see. We'll check on that one for sure. But the Thunderwolves came with a wave of substitutions, but you didn't see the center judge in there allowing it because Highlands didn't make any subs, so the Thunderwolves were going to be offside there. So that was a very alert play by the Thunderwolves coaching staff. Hey, we got to call timeout here. We're going to get too many men on the field. Defense always can react to what the offense does. If the offense makes substitutions, the center judge comes in, stands there, doesn't allow you to snap the ball until the defense makes their changes.
I look at this defense for Csu-Pueblo, and the two guys I have to have on the field at all times, in my opinion, are Seidenberger and Nushi. These are guys that just make the plays in the middle. And Nushi is out there, but I don't see Seidenberger is as well. Those are guys that I think have to be on the field all day on defense for Csu-Pueblo.
And we'll see what Highlands runs here.
They might throw the ball.
On 3rd and goal from the 5. 2 backs in the backfield this time. They're unbalanced left. They're going to run the ball left with the option. Quarterback keeper cuts it back inside, breaks a tackle, gets down to about the 1. Turrentine had his hands on him, or Teen had his hands on him there at the 5, but couldn't get him on the turf. Slowed him down, but it's down to the 1. 4th down. They'll go for it here.
Subs are coming in because Highlands is subbing. You know, and when Csu-Pueblo does this, they're hoping this pays dividends in the 4th quarter by bringing all these new guys in. Fresh legs.
So 4th and goal, just outside the 1 here for the Cowboys. Long look over to the sideline. Play clock already down to 9. They may be having to take a timeout. Indeed, they are. They're going to take it right here. So timeout taken by the Cowboys. And we're going to take one with them. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Thunderwolves on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Highlands with the football here. 4th down and goal. They run up the middle, and the Thunderbolts wrap him up and stop him. Thunderbolts defense, that whole interior line, they stuffed it, Joe. Massive humanity right there and big-time strength for the Pack.
I talked right over you. I was so excited for Josiah Sampleton. Just wrapped up the direct snap to the fullback, and it was like 2 heavyweight wrestlers in college. Wrapped him up and then took him down.
So Thunderbolts take over after the goal line stand from their own 3-yard line.
I only talk over you when it's really exciting, and that was really exciting. When you see a big guy like Josiah Sampleton do that, you just get fired up.
So now Thunderbolts take over deep in their own territory, but they'll gladly do it after the goal line stand. They're out of the gun here. Larson takes the snap, gives it to Russell. Not a lot there. They stuffed that one. They really cheated on the run up the middle that time, as you might expect. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, if Howard Russell can break free of that interior, he's 98 yards to the house.
Now we got an injured Thunderwolf. Looks like one of the linemen in the backfield has gone down, I believe. Let's see here.
Yeah, Evan James came in as a replacement.
It's a left leg issue for one of the offensive linemen for the Thunderwolves. Well, you know, it's
Tyler Etheridge.
Now, they had told me they didn't have him on the travel or the roster, the dress roster, because he missed last week. But obviously, they reinstated him. So that's the good news. He's back with the team this week after missing a game last week, coach's decision. But here he gets hurt, left leg. But he's putting a lot of weight on it, so hopefully it's not that big a deal here. Tell you what, a big guy like that, Joe, all that extra poundage on that left leg, you got to hope it's not a big deal.
He's only 6'4", 283, and I think he's closer to 323. Midlothian, Texas.
Yeah, he's really trying to gut it out and fight it out. They're going to take him over to the training table, I'm sure.
They have all the tents over the benches to shield the players from the sun today.
Man, turn your attention to the Thundercross.
It looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, they bring him over. We'll see what if we can tell what they go to work on. They're bringing him over to the training table. Now they'll put the tent over the top of him there. So he's you can see the frustration, Joe. He comes over and he puts his head down into the padding. You can tell he's just upset about things.
You know, and Evan James comes in. He's 6'5", 265, the redshirt freshman out of L.A.
Thank you to Remax for
You
your
can
support
see through
of
the little
Saturday
window here on the side. He is sitting up, and he got his leg. And you're hoping it's just maybe an ankle tweak of some kind. Maybe put some tape on it and get him back in there. He is walking pretty much under his own power. Didn't want any help. So 2nd down and 10 now for the Thunderbolts from the 3-yard line.
Taylor Toscas in single coverage. That'd be a fun one.
Yep, locked up on him is Caleb Harris, the cornerback. One-on-one coverage. The safety is back in the middle of the field, a good 25 yards from him. So if you just send Toscas on a streak here, that's the ultimate being out on an island. A lot of room for a quick slant here, too. They fake it in the middle. They are going for it all up the right sideline. Toscas trying to get away and can't get free. That's good coverage.
Yeah, they just got tangled up, and the ball was out thrown at least 10 or 15 yards.
Harris doing a good job just staying in front of Toscas. Toscas couldn't get around him.
I think if I'm Devin Larson, and anytime I see Taylor Toscas lined up like that, he's got to be my choice.
So it's 3rd down and 10 now. Reese Robinson along with Kennedy Lewis wide to the right here. We're going to see some different personnel packages in this game for the Thunderbolts. And they give it up the middle, and Russell is hit at about the 5. So Thunderbolts just going to count on their defense here. They didn't want to do anything stupid, turn the ball over here deep in their own territory. They're going to try to punt it away and live to fight another day.
4th down.
So good defensive stand there by Highlands. That's the reason you go for it. You got to trust your defense, and their defense does the good job.
This is where you hope your Aussie, Reagan Baker, can get one, just unleash one.
Well, he stands right next to the back of the end zone there. Any kind of a weird snap here, he could get a safety. He's able to step right into it. Punt is away.
Good kick.
Decent punt. Sends the receiver all the way back to the 43, and he's hit down. Immediately breaks the tackle, runs backwards. That's the wrong thing to do, and the Thunder will snow him under. But look at the forward progress they're giving. He went backwards on his own, Joe. He shouldn't get all that forward progress.
No, he shouldn't. And who made a great play on that was Keith McCaney. Starting cornerback came up with the big play.
They're going to mark it here at the 43 where he caught it. He was hit right there. I agree with that. But then he tried to break free of the tackle and was running backwards. Then he's on his own. That is a bad spot. But Highlands will take it at their own 43-yard line.
Great play by McCaney, though. And, look at the punt. I mean, he was from the back of the end zone. So that's 58 yards. No return. Officially 58. More like 68.
And the Cowboys take over at their own 43-yard line. Unbalanced left, and they give it up the middle. Breaking that first tackle, that's huge. And getting good yardage all the way down, close to a 1st down. Malik Norman, the ball carrier that time.
Guess what? Noah Purcell's helmet came off.
Survived last week without losing his lid, but here early on in this game, loses it. It is a 1st down run, a gain of 10 down to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 7-0, Thunderbolts on top. 1:55 to go here in the 1st quarter. And they're going to run option play to the right and a late pitch and just running out of real estate there. Cave kept the ball for the longest time and finally flipped it out on the edge. And nowhere to go there for the running back, Lopez.
All that did was allow time for the linebackers to suck up. Nushi makes a tackle for a 1-yard gain.
So
Tiger Pride.
2nd down and 9 from the 46 of the Thunderbolts. 7-0 Pack on top. 1:20 to go here. Thunderbolts scored on their first possession. This is the 3rd possession of the game for the Cowboys. They just got stopped on their last one on a goal line stand by the Pack. And here is the option play to the left. Thunderbolts trying to chase it down. Quarterback going to keep it, and he's thrown down. Seidenberger. Tough to outrun the big fella. And gain of a yard. 3rd down and 8.
Seidenberger looks a lot better in football clothes than he does golf shirt and shorts when he was out for an ankle injury.
Yeah, he played kind of sparingly last week.
He was mild-mannered, and now he's Superman.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Cowboys. Got 2 backs in the backfield. Norman along with Valetti. Now they have a little conference. They switch sides of the quarterback. Quarterback cave in the gun. Now he sends Valetti in motion. Now reverses back to this side of the field. Fake it into the middle. They're going to run option play right. Late pitch, and he's hit in the backfield, thrown for a loss. Thunderbolts diagnosed that one beautifully.
Eye candy. All that is eye candy. Isaiah Pittman comes up and makes it stop.
Seidenberger also over there to blow things up there. Thunderbolts, a wave of defenders there defending the option. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. After 1 from the Thunderbolt, Pack lead at 7-0. This is Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
7-0 Thunderwolves. End of the first quarter here. Thunderwolves just coming up with a big defensive stop. We assume Highlands will punt the ball away here on 4th and 10. And indeed, the punt unit does come out. So Thunderwolves without Ruskowski in this game. It'll be Reese Robinson back to receive the punt. Now, he saw some time last week, so he's no stranger. To returning punts. Return 3 on the year. It's a good snap. Here's the kick. High booming kick. Robinson lets it hit inside the 8. Good decision there. Bounces over his head on into the end zone. There's that decision. We talked to Phil Vigil about it. What's the magic number? He says today it's the 8. And that's right where Reese stood. And he said, I get out of the way. It hit at the 8, bounced in the end zone.
Did you notice, though, he put his hand up for fair catch at the 8 and then ran forward.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw everybody's orientation off just a little bit.
All right, Thunderwolves, their 3rd possession of the game. They scored on their first.
Yeah, we were old school. We thought the 10, anything behind the 10, but now it's the 8.
Double wide out right. 2 tight ends set here. They fake it now, pitch it around the left side. Russell puts his head down, gets across the 20. Oh, he's hit hard as he comes out to the 28-yard line. Picks up 8 on the play. Boy, he took a big shot there with a shoulder to the head. But he's no worse for the wear. He stays out there. 2nd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves.
Howard likes that.
Yeah.
He just does. He likes physical football.
Xavier Marshall in the game. He's wide to the right. Tosca's to the left. Mitchell's in the slot to the left. Also, Dvorak, the tight end, over on this left side. Russell, the lone back here on 2nd down and 2. Mitchell goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep action. Straight drop back. Looking for Tosca's up the left side. Here comes the pass. And Tosca's just got it. 20, 15, taken down at the 12-yard line is Larson right on the money.
Just waiting for that break to the inside. Perfectly thrown in stride.
1st and 10, Thunderwolves, 12-yard line of the Cowboys. What a pass.
Jim, they put Stevie Kroll in as a far wideout, as a near wideout.
Yeah, could see some kind of trickeration here. Let's see what they do. And pass left side. He's going to keep it. 10, 5 to the pylon. Stretches out. Did he step out of bounds? No signal. Now they set him out of bounds at the 5. So Kroll did make the grab.
And Jim, I don't know.
Roman Fuller was the quarterback.
Well, I think Roman Fuller was the quarterback. No, he wasn't the quarterback on the bomb.
So that was just the package they ran there. So they brought Fuller and Kroll into the game for that special play. 2nd down and about 2, maybe 3 here for the Thunderwolves. And they give the ball up the middle, putting his head down to the goal line. Touchdown! Corian Burrell for the Pack. And now Thunderwolves going to get a personal foul here for a little extracurricular celebration here at the end of the play.
Corian Burrell, the transfer from Henderson State. We know that's a good football program.
I don't know what was way out of the ordinary on the celebration. They were just batting each other in the head, it looked like to me. I don't know why you get a personal foul for that, but
Well, Corey and Burrell got it, so
and
he got
one
the
other player.
touchdown.
And one other player. They mentioned one other number. They couldn't catch it there, but
Well, and this goes back maybe to CSU-Pueblo's first touchdown. Howard Russell spun the ball in the goal, and I know the referee went over and warned him. So I don't know if that was you got your warning and then you blew it.
they don't mark the penalty off here. They'll mark it off on the kickoff. This time it is Willig to kick the extra point, so they're alternating. Ball down, kick is up, and it is good. Keep it right here, not in our media timeout window. 14-0 Thunderwolves. Joe, I think that's a giant exhale touchdown for the Thunderwolves. As long as it's a one-score game, and you know how Highlands has that capability of moving the ball, you get 2 scores up, now you feel a little bit better about yourself.
You do, and what it also shows you is that Devin Larson didn't miss a beat. Taylor Toscas is just as good a receiver as anybody in the country. He's the number 2 receiver at CSU-Pueblo. Today he's WR1 just because of the way things are. And that's the second time now Devin Larson has looked for him in that kind of coverage. But, boy, did he get him in stride just to set that touchdown up.
And that little wrinkle they threw in down there in the red zone, bringing the backup quarterback Fuller in and then bringing up the third-string quarterback Kroll, that kind of keeps both of them involved. When you give them a play like that, chance to throw a touchdown pass, chance for Kroll to get a touchdown.
Well, you put it on film too. You do that right.
Yeah.
If Kroll's, if the pass to Kroll's behind the line is a backward pass, he's got the arm to throw it too.
So just a little different wrinkle there, and then you bring in, you show up your depth at running back, and make no mistake about it, Corey Burrell is a good back.
He's a talented running. This is where the term embarrassment of riches comes down, because all these guys could be starting anywhere, and they're backups on this team.
So 14-0 Thunderwolves. They'll kick it off here. And it'll be Evan Lyon doing the kickoff duties. Going the other direction, he was booming him out the back of the end zone. I think he's got a little tougher try this time, but he still has a good leg. He's into it. Wynn kind of holds this one up, and a chance for the return, taking it at the 12-yard line. Cross 15, 20, 25. A little bit of a lane there, but the Thunderwolves close it down right around the 30. So a good return, good field position for the Cowboys to start this drive.
What's the term? Under kicker coverage? CSU-Pueblo is slow to get down there.
It's Maurice Newton, a junior out of Fort Lauderdale, on the return for the Cowboys. 14-0, Thunderwolves on top. We have 12:51 to go here in the second quarter. Thunderwolves with 2 rushing touchdowns in the game. Russell and, of course, Corey and Burrell out of Beaumont, Texas. A little bit of a delay here. Not sure why.
It's on Highlands. They're just waiting to let the play clock run down.
All right. And Thunderwolves are offside. Yeah. Here's a run around the right side. And getting forward for about a yard. It's not going to matter. Going to be a penalty on the Thunderwolves. Caden Walton on the carry. I think it was Turrentine that
either Turrentine or Sampleton. It's just one of the big guys in the middle.
Well, they say number 90. There isn't a 90 out there, I don't think, on this series. No. That would have been Sampleton, but Sampleton is not in the game at this point. Now, he may have come out real quick. But
right.
1st and 5 from the 36. You like your chances running the option in 1st and 5. They fake it in the middle. Quarterback keep around the left side. Now late pitch. Thunderwolves have it strung out, but it'll gain about 2 or 3 on the play. Pitched it to Caden Walton.
Miles Sprague has gotten more and more time out of Holyoke, part of that Sprague family. Dusty, who was a coach here a long time ago, played at CU, that whole family. And he's getting more and more time at linebacker.
It's a gain of a yard, so 2nd down and 4. The Thunderwolves, 4 down linemen set. They have 4 linebackers all lined up right directly behind the lineman here. Here's a straight drop back. They're going to go for it all up the right side. And a pass almost intercepted. McCaney kind of baited it and went up with that right hand, almost pulled it in.
Oh, Keith McCaney, he was just too shallow to pick it off. But he was tall enough, and he's a 6-foot-tall cornerback. Get up there and knock it down. He wanted one because Donovan English had one.
They were trying to get it to Mike Jones. Jones caught 15 on the year, including a touchdown. So he's one of their threats receiving it. Janelle Nichols, the other wide receiver. So 3rd and 4 here. Thunderwolves stay base. They go straight drop back. They look over the middle. It's incomplete. Good coverage. And again, it's our man Miles Sprague on the coverage. So that's a big win for the Thunderwolves, Joe. When you overcome giving them 1st and 5, get them off the field, that's a big win for your defense.
Yeah, especially after a nice kick return following the touchdown. Good showing. And I think these defenses kind of settled in now, and they know what they're looking at. Sometimes when you see an option team, you got to get used to that.
Reese Robinson back to receive the punt. Remember, he's getting those honors today because Rakowski is out with the suspension. And he almost blocked the punt. Kicks a short one. Takes a high hop, but it's a Thunderbolts bounce. Highlands needs to get on top of it. They do. Here's a flag down in the middle of the field here, probably an illegal block of some kind on the Thunderbolts. Kind of a useless illegal block to get one there when you're not returning the ball.
The flag was thrown at the snap, so maybe it was an illegal formation. Unless Csu-Pueblo was offsides, and if that's the case, it's a 1st down automatically.
Officials talking it over here right around midfield. Flag laying at the 42. The line of scrimmage, if nothing happens, is the 30. So still waiting. They're discussing a lot. Looks like they're talking to Phil Veal what he wants to do here. So evidently it's on the Cowboys the way we get the glimpse here.
We're going to have some guests here in the 2nd quarter, Jim. And it is Hall of Fame weekend.
It is. There's one of them right there.
Well, and he's bringing in some teammates.
All right. So headset's right there. Go ahead and throw it on.
Look, they bring in the legends. The legends.
We got one headset.
There's
one
headset
time.
there.
All right. So the official's still talking things over here. Well, this is a long, long conversation here for a simple little penalty, you would think. Here comes the call.
Multiple fouls.
Okay, illegal formation. Holding on the Thunderwolves during the run back. So that penalty ends up being enforced, I think, on the end of the run back. So you forget about the illegal formation against Highlands. In this case, it's not an offsetting call. It's a mark-off against the pack. So the hold puts it back to the 19-yard line. So Thunderbolts lead it 14-0. We got John Trahan, right?
And look who else.
How's it going?
Herman Hurd.
Oh, Herman Hurd is here.
Yeah,
my God.
We got it, when you talk legends
All
in
right.
Csu-Pueblo lore, we got legends in the house.
All right, well, we'll talk to John first here during the broadcast, and we'll put on Herman here after a bit. Thunderwolves with the ball
They just
and movement
there.
And a false start
you guys
on the
never
pack.
moved before the snap, did you, John?
We tried not to.
You tried not to.
I think I remember one or two.
They actually called you on that back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, Herman, he said no, they never
No,
called
it never happens there. So
What do you think about this weekend?
I think it's an absolutely beautiful weekend for most of the guys to get back to see the campus, see what the product is on the field today, watch what Coach Vigil is doing with the program. It's a wonderful opportunity to come back and support Csu-Pueblo.
1st and 15. Straight drop back. Now flushed out of the pocket. Arsenal run for it. Gets out of bounds. Gets forward. Got the penalty yardage back here, perhaps an extra yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. They had, looked like that time, we talked about it might be a tight end. They had Lucky doing the game. He went in motion to the right side and kind of ran a wheel route, but he wasn't open. 2nd down and 9 after the 6-yard run.
So, John, you've seen this before. I know you've seen this. Isn't new, the new digs and everything. What do you think from the days when you played?
Well, I recall we always were hoping to have a stadium on campus to help the life that goes on be a much better product for everyone. But this right here is still one of the best facilities in Division II football, and it's really one of the best facilities in the state of Colorado. We love it.
Back shoulder throw to Toscas is up out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves.
How good a catch was that from Taylor, though?
And he laid out for that one a beauty. He's had 2
that?
big ones in the game here. 1st down and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Thunderwolves. Man in motion. Pass left, that's Kroll. Now here's the double pass up the sideline. Man's wide open. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Thunderwolves, Xavier Marshall. And a flag is down, though, here. Maybe it could be an illegal formation, perhaps, on the Thunderwolves. We'll see.
They're hugging it out like this might be going against.
Maybe it's offside on Highlands. We'll find out. The officials having a little confab here out at the 40-yard line of Highlands. That's 20 yards up the field. No foul.
No foul.
No foul for illegal formation on the Thunderwolves. So they set that up, Joe, with that previous play when Kroll was in the game, and this time they do throw the double pass.
Again, put it on film, let people see it. When you have 3 quarterbacks that can spin it like the Thunderwolves, put Stevie Kroll out on an island and let him throw one. Did you ever throw a touchdown pass, Joe?
Never threw a touchdown pass.
Did you ever catch one? Ah!
1 or 2. 1 or 2.
1 or 2 for sure. All right. Thunderwolves alternating on their kicking duties here today. This time it'll be Evan Lyons to try the extra point. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. 21-0 Thunderwolves. Timeout on the field. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And we have a little chicanery here on the kickoff. Thunderwolves go with the onside kick, and they may have lost a kicker. As Lions tried the little just run up and not kick it real hard, and just kind of bunted it. He went in to try to recover it. He had a big-time collision. He is injured on the play. Thunderwolves ended up recovering. The question is here, was there illegal touching? Looked to me like Highlands came across, made contact with the ball, and then the Thunderwolves recovered it. I think this should be Thunderwolves football, but we'll see how they sort it out. The bigger concern right now is the condition of the kicker, but Thunderwolves are clapping, and I think it's going to be their football here, Joe.
Yeah, Mac Alexander, special teams coach, is raising his arms like Rocky. They wanted that onside kick. Again, put more on tape for opposition to look at. They have to scout. Great possession change for the Thunderwolves.
All right, welcome to the broadcast. We're going to put Herman Hurd on here for a little bit. Herman, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome back to Pueblo.
Thank you, guys. Glad to be here.
You know, I got to admit, he was kind of idolized.
Yeah, a little royalty here, isn't it?
Yeah, so, you know, when you get to, I could never say Riston was an idol. You know, he was a quarterback on that team, but I remember very much Herman Hurd. What do you think about all of this change and everything?
It's wonderful. It's great to see the field, the product. To be able to play here on campus is awesome. It would have been great back in the 80s to have that, but it's great to see where the program's at and where it's going.
Here's a handoff off the left side. Russell turns the corner. 50, 45, 40, cuts back inside. 30, 25, 20, cuts back inside. Breaks another tackle inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Right on cue. We get a great run from a Thunderwolves running back. Herman, that had to make you feel like you're right back at home.
That's in shivers down my back. That was a great run.
You know, Howard Russell's, every time he touches the ball is a highlight. Oh, John Riston said Herman Hurd would have scored.
First and,
so kind.
Yeah, first and goal at the 7 now for the Thunderwolves. They're going to split Marshall out wide to the right, Toscas in the slot to the right. And they give the ball to Russell. Cuts back inside, breaks the tackle, puts his head down to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
So it took him 2 plays.
It's a great physical run. That's a great physical run.
He's a very patient runner.
Yes.
He'll let blocks set up.
He set that up.
Le'Veon Bell a little bit and just kind of stay back and then go.
Great play.
You know, back in your day, running backs, if they didn't hit the hole hard and quick, you got yelled at.
Absolutely.
Now he's like patient.
North and south.
North and south.
North and south.
And I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Chiefs. What do
Now-
you think about this little run?
Yeah, Thunderwolves may go for 2 here. They line up. They have Dvorak. Now they send ramming in motion. They snap it to Dvorak. Jump pass. Caught. 2-point conversion is good.
Excellent.
Always wait for flags on something weird like that, but I think that's Starmer.
Long snapper?
Yes, it is Starmer on the 2-point conversion grab for the Thunderwolves. It's 29-0. We're going deep into the playbook here. We'll keep it right here. Talk a little bit more with Herman Hurd. Of course, Herman playing on that team in '82, got inducted into the Hall of Fame last night as a team. And Herman, of course, you went on to bigger and better things with the Kansas City Chiefs. Talk a little bit about all your career in the pros.
I was blessed to play 6 years in KC, and it was a great experience. And came from Southern Colorado, so it was everything I needed. I got here. I knew how to play, and it was a great experience.
A little bit more of an old-fashioned football type deal when you were there. The 2 backs, you had Patterson back. It was kind of thunder and lightning, wasn't it, in the backfield, you guys?
Yep. John Riston, a good quarterback, and we had Trahan on the outside, so we had all the pieces.
Well, talk about the night last night, just being honored like that. It was a great turnout. We had the fire alarm, of course. That kind of put a little damper on it, but everybody stayed in there.
It gave us a little halftime in the midst of it, but it was great to see some of the old players. It was great to see the new inductees and meet the new school president. So it was a really great night.
Well, what are you doing these days? Tell us about where you're at now.
So I just retired from law enforcement in March. So right now I'm just living the good life, as they say.
Where
in
at?
Broomfield,
In
Colorado.
Broomfield, okay,
Yes,
Colorado.
yeah, Broomfield, Colorado. After 23 years, so great career there, and it's always nice to come back to Pueblo.
Well, of course, you're back in Broncos country, but you're still a Chief at heart, I'm sure, and it's been good for the Chiefs alumni here of late, hasn't it?
It has been great the last 5-6 years.
They're going to get 3 in a row?
I think they will.
What are you going to say? You're not going to say,
I'm not going to go
yeah,
against
right?
it.
What are you going to say?
But they're starting off great this year. I mean, tough games for them, but I see them definitely being in the playoffs again.
How about a Thunderwolf getting a ring for the Chiefs and Mike Pinnell?
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Isn't that a great?
Yeah.
I mean, that takes you back. And when they would go against, he would go against Ryan Jensen from the Bucks, nose guard center, both from Csu-Pueblo.
Yes. This school puts out great players.
29-0 Thunderwolves, 9:38 to go here in the first half. This game went from kind of a little bit of a nail biter there in the first quarter. Now the Thunderwolves trying to make a laugher out of it. Here's the kick. Plenty of leg into this one. Got it almost out the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Well, and that was Evan Lyons, so he's fine.
Yeah, Corey got hurt on that onside
on
kick.
The last kick, so
it's almost like he got a stinger or something on his. He was
I think
writhing
these
around on the ground like he was dying.
These kickers, they know when they go down, they get a little more extra time on air, so Now, what else you guys got today? You got to do. Getting introduced at halftime?
I believe we're getting introduced in the third quarter.
In the third quarter?
In the third quarter, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the crowd will be able they'll get to fanboy over you like I got. Herman Hurd walks in the room and is like, that's my era where I started picking out guys saying, that guy.
It's great to see the team. A lot of guys came, and it's great to see them and reconnect.
Here's a handoff up the middle and breaking tackles. And might be a face mask in there. They get out to around the 30, gain of 5, second down and 5. Good hard run there by Malik Norman.
Did you see who made that tackle, Jim? Was Keith McKinney, the physical cornerback. You and I become big fans of Keith McKinney, just an ornery corner. And Csu-Pueblo has Division II 6-foot-tall cornerbacks.
John, why don't we get you come down here? We'll just go ahead and put you on the crowd mic here. I wasn't smart enough to bring 2 headsets here. I might have one. We'll have to wire it up, but we're all right here. 2nd and 5 for the Cowboys. Comes a blitz off the edge, and the Thunderbolts get a pack sack.
Great rush.
Delayed blitz by the nickel.
And coming in there for the Thunderwolves, that was Thomas Webb. Or excuse me, that's Guyton.
Yeah, Donovan Guyton.
Guyton on the sack. So, of course, Thunderwolves seeing a few different players in the game today with the 4 suspensions, but it's an embarrassment of riches for Csu-Pueblo in the defensive secondary. So now is 3rd down and 10 after the loss of 5. Pressure off the edge, stepping up to avoid it, collapsing the pocket. Quarterback putting his head down and getting forward to about the 33-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, though. Pretty good run, but not enough to get the first down for Joey Cave. So now Highlands has to decide, is it 4-down territory here, down 29-0? It'll be 4th and 2. I think they're probably going to go for it here.
Jim, made the tackle right there. The nose tackle, Michael Lutu, stayed with the play all the way down the field.
They are going to punt the ball away. I thought they might roll the dice and just go ahead and go for it here, but stay true to the game does Coach T.
Unless he's a Risto fake in there somewhere,
Always a threat.
Risto called
Always a threat with John around.
Enough fake punts.
Reese Robinson back to receive the punt. Kick is away. Angles it toward the sideline. Robinson's going to get it at the 27. Puts his head down. 30, 35, 40. Up the sideline. Gets a block. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
That is an embarrassment of riches.
Well, we mentioned Reese. He got a chance last week at Adams. They got him out there to receive a couple of punts. Actually returned 3. So he has some experience, and good thing. That's why you get him in there when it matters. So the Thunderwolves now lead it 35-0. I don't know, Joe, if it would be a Wally Pipp moment where you lose your job. And now Rakowski wondering, well, do I get a return punts next week?
Well, Rakowski's one of the suspended players, and he went up, first guy to congratulate him.
Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. We'll keep it here, 36-0. Thunderwolves on top.
John, what did you think about that run?
That was an excellent punt return, and like you said, when you can replace this player, Rakowski, with the backup, and he can do that, you have a lot of talent on this team. I'm just so excited to see what Csu-Pueblo does the rest of the way. What a great team, what a great coaching staff.
You returned some punts in your day?
I did get to return a few punts.
How about you, Herm? Did you return punts?
I did, yeah.
And kicks or
just punts?
Just punts?
Just punts, yep.
Always get your best athlete out there on the
field. Did you ever take one to the house?
I didn't. I wasn't that fortunate.
I was going to say you weren't that – I thought he was going to say I wasn't that fast. I'm saying, wait a minute. I know better than that.
Well, who did you guys see this weekend that came back that you were really surprised to see and happy to see? Anybody that just kind of stole the show at the celebrations you guys had?
You know, it was exciting to see that so many of the guys that came back. I just saw one of the young guys that played with Frank Nash that lives here. I hadn't seen him in 35, 40 years. I was excited to see him, but as always, I was surprised to see Coach Friedman. I wasn't sure that he was going to make it back, but he made it back, so that was a positive.
You know, we had him on the air last year. He was here because he got inducted, and he was great on the air. He was right with it. Here's the return of the kick out across the 15, 20, and that's where he'll go down. Good pursuit by the Thunderwolves. So Highlands now had to feel pretty good about themselves in the first quarter. Had a chance at the goal line stand by the pack. Could have tied the game perhaps at that point, but since then, Thunderwolves have put a stamp on this game.
Yeah, in this first half, Jim, it's 36, and that if there was a turning point, it was that goal line stand, without question.
Great homecoming game.
You don't want to be the one on the road playing homecoming because they're scheduling you for a reason.
Exactly.
Well, Thunderwolves had fun, though, on the road last week. It's
yeah,
always fun to go in
State's
and destroy
homecoming
somebody
last
else's
week,
homecoming.
They put 66 on them, so.
Well, John there in the background, he's not on mic, but he'll remember the Neuter the Dog Night at Adams State when they had their shirts on and they were all geared up, and Thunderwolves went in there and blasted them.
Yeah, defensive end scored 2 touchdowns.
Two
That's
touchdowns.
how
That's
bad
awesome.
it was.
Thunderbolts offside on the left side here. Free play for the Cowboys. Good run here. Cave around the edge. 30, 35, 40. Foot race, and he's run out of bounds at midfield. So maybe the defense perhaps relaxed a little bit that time, knowing they were going to get a penalty against him. But Cave did a good job. He's shown some flashes here in this first half.
Well, Cody Ramming, big kid like that, leaned forward, and you can't lean back very quickly when you're that big.
So the ball into Thunderbolts territory now for the Cowboys. They're at the 49. It's 36-0. Thunderbolts on top. 7:16 to go here in the first half. Thunderbolts have shown us a little bit of everything so far in this first half. And they give it up the middle. And good pursuit there by the Thunderbolts interior line to make the stop. Turrentine making the stop after a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
What success Highlands has had running the ball has been inside. Turrentine, great job of stuffing that one that time.
2nd and 8. Double wide out right, single wide out left. You have a man in the slot on the right side of the formation. Now they change the play call. Cave looks it over. Thunder will show blitz. Now they're going to run the option play left. Good keeper here. Forward, first down, inside the foot, and sliding down. Self-preservation move there. As Cave saw that freight train coming at him and got to the turf in a hurry, but not before he got the first down. As Guyton had his sights set on him. Had a full head of steam from his safety position there. And Cave sensed that and got down to the turf. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, 36-yard line of the Thunderbolts. Pack lead it 36-0. Got 5:55 to go here in the first half. Adjust the backs in the backfield here. And up the middle. And a good run. And another big separation hit there. Almost thought the ball came out. Gain of about 8. That was a big-time hit.
Caden Rulo on that hit. And then they said Isaiah Pittman. Jim, the guys who are getting opportunities to play more playing time today are making the most of it.
Yeah, you get an opportunity. That's what Keith McCaney said. Every game is an opportunity.
Yeah, we asked them, you guys would appreciate this as former players. One of the defensive backs at CSU players said, we don't look at it as a challenge. We look at it as opportunities. Absolutely. Every play is an opportunity.
Every player looks to get an opportunity and take advantage of it, and that's what these young guys are doing.
Again, they give it up the middle. They've got the first down across the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. This Tavita Valetti has been pretty impressive so far for the Cowboys out of Springerville, Utah. He's a big kid, 6 foot, 210-pound freshman running back. Highlands taking their time here. 2 backs in the backfield on each hip of the quarterback, Cave. Kind of a tight formation here. They give out the middle, and the quarterback tripped his running back. As Norman got the carry, and he was tripped up by Cave. Got his foot right out in front of him, took him down.
Who gets the tackle for loss on that?
Closest guy to it. I'd have to give it to Sampleton right there. He's the biggest guy out there anyway.
Give it to the big fella.
And Sampleton going to come out of the ball game.
What do you think physically? You guys played football your whole lives. CSU Pueblo, big physical team.
They are very physical. The defensive side, this is my first opportunity to see them play this year, but they are very physical up front and really bring the leather.
2nd down and 12. Bring a man in motion. Might see a jet sweep here. They do run the jet sweep around the right side, but the Thunderbolts have it, and it's Scipio. And speaking of physical specimens, when you're down there on the field, nobody more impressive, I think, than Scipio.
Makia Scipio is kind of evolved into one of the great CSU Pueblo edge rusher guys. And he's got the frame, he's got the build, and he's sort of played at Harrison High School, so he's kind of, he's a local product. And he's kind of turned it into this just monster off the edge, and he gets double teamed almost every single play.
Well, Herman, you being an NFL veteran, he's the kind of guy you look at and say, this guy could have a chance, maybe next level, the way he's built.
It's great to see those local kids get a chance here close to home.
Here they hand it up the middle. And good stop there for the Pack. That was Feeney came over and got the stop. This defensive front for the Thunderwolves, very effective so far here. 4th down now for the Cowboys. Will they try a field goal here down 36-0? I don't think so.
We could tease Feeney. We say, Riston recruited him in 2008. He's been with this program that long. He's like a 7-year player because of COVID and injuries. He's been here forever.
4th and 15. They'll go for it here.
They have nothing to lose here.
Well, probably
Winless
their
team
field
on the
goal.
road.
Yeah, field goal kicker's longest on the year is 30 yards. It's only tries attempted, so they'll go for it. Long count here. They look to the sideline to make the play change. And now they're going to let the clock run all the way down, and they're going to either take a penalty or take timeout. They take the timeout.
Jimmy, we got to let our guys go.
All right. Enjoy your time on the field. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the time.
Thanks for coming back.
It was
All right.
awesome. Oh,
Timeout
man,
on the
awesome.
field. Thunderwolves lead it 36-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunder Bowl. Going forward here on 4th down. They flush him out of the pocket, rolling left, and going to keep it. 20, cuts back inside. 1st down and more. 10. Down to the 9-yard line. Good play there by Joey Cave, the quarterback, on the keeper. And gets forward. Another big run. Another big conversion for the Cowboys. And now we have the 2-minute timeout here. So, boy, give credit to the Cowboys. They've come up with a couple of huge plays today in this game. They just haven't paid it off.
4th and 15 for Csu-Pueblo. That's one of those, defensive coordinator Cade Foskey doesn't have a shutout yet. And I know that's a big thing for him, but when you give up a 4th down and a 4th and 15, that's why you don't have a shutout.
Other scores in the RMAC today. Shadron State, it's gone final. They defeat Adams State 52-3. Shadron State, pretty good outfit this year.
Yeah.
That could be that whole ultimate trap game at the end of the year after you take on Western Colorado, then Mines, and say you win both those games. You feel great about yourself. Then you got to go to Shadron. That is going to be work. Trust us. And, I like to look forward to certain things, and that could be one you don't want to look forward to because it could be disastrous. But we'll see. 13-6, Mines leads Mesa. Another slugfest this week for Mines. Remember, what was it, a week before? Shadron was 13-12.
Yep.
I think that was a couple weeks ago where they pulled it out, defeated Shadron State. They only have 13 today. They had a 13-0 lead at halftime. Mesa scored in the 4th quarter. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, they missed the extra point. Unless they kicked 2 field goals. Let's see. No, it was a touch. They missed a extra point. So that could come back to haunt them. So 13-6. They've just started the 4th quarter. And Mines has the ball. So keep an eye on that one the rest of this afternoon. So Mines, by far and away, not the team they've been in the past. They're still the big dog. Western, they're still pretty darn good. Thunderwolves right there. But it's not one of those where you look like maybe the last couple of years say, well, Mines going to win this thing.
No, without question. I think it's those 3 teams.
Play action, looking to the end zone. Nobody there, now throwing it out toward the pylon and in position, intercepted, almost making the play. That was pretty good defensive play by the offensive player there, breaking up the interception.
Their helmets got intertwined, and it came off. He's upset that he did not come down with that ball, but that would have been a heck of a play by Tiger Pride John Nushi.
Well, Nushi started his career as a defensive back up at Northern Colorado. Even here is a little bit of deep back, but then they said, you know what, let's just grow you into a linebacker. And he's ticked off at himself there, letting that one get away. Thought he should have had it. 2nd down and goal now for the Cowboys. We have 1:51 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead the game 36-0. Give the ball up the middle. Brick wall. Thunderwolves stuff it. Cody Ramming and company there for the Thunderwolves to make the start. That's not Ramming. I think that might have been A.J. Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, A.J. Jordan.
We've called his number a lot this year.
Jordan, of course, wears 91. Ramming wears 9.
They're both huge.
Similar type build.
Jordan's from right up the road here in Colorado Springs at Vista Ridge, redshirt freshman, huge, 6'5", 265.
I think the Thunderwolves take the time out here, trying to preserve time here.
They did.
They're going to get the ball back eventually, and barring a penalty on them on the defense here, of course. So they're trying to preserve time in case they get the ball back. So good strategy there.
Well, they know they have home run hitters in a play between Howard Russell, Taylor Toskis.
Yeah, they find out they've got it in little different areas. They got Stephen Kroll could launch one on the sideline now with that little extra package. What an interesting wrinkle the Thunderbolts put in this week.
Giving films fits. Teams are going to have to scout everything now with the Thunderbolts. There are some coaches say, I don't want to show things on film because I don't want people to know about them. And there are coaches say, I want everything on film, so you have to practice against
you keep preparing for it, and then you see us in that setup. You might get all excited. You think that play's coming, then you run something different out of it.
I think Roman Fuller is going to get a series or two, if not more, in the third quarter. He may get the third quarter.
And Roman, on the update, he's still perfect on the year. He came into this game 13 for 13 on the year.
I teased him last week walking off the field at Adams State. I said, hey, no incompletions this whole year. He goes, I know, I leave the country.
He's 14 for 14 now. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal for the Cowboys. Ball on the left hash mark. 2 backs in the backfield. They give it up the middle. Good hard run. Down to about the 5. So now the Thunderbolts will take another timeout here.
That's got to be it for them. But it is 4th down.
Yeah, so the Cowboys now face 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line. That play's been pretty effective today with that sledgehammer run right up the middle with the fullback.
Yeah, all that Kenny has opened up that middle a little bit, and that the fullbacks have had their day for Highlands. And when we look at the halftime stats, they're going to have some offensive numbers. They just are. And it's all going to be on the ground.
Now, Tavita Valetti, the fullback.
Well, the Cave, the quarterback, has had some great scramble runs. And it's hard because in assignment, when everybody gets caught up in the wash, if you don't have a spy on that quarterback, he's gone.
Both teams huddled up around their respective coaches on the sidelines. They're out on the field a little ways.
I feel kind of sad for the people who are sitting in the east stands today.
Oh, baking.
Because they're melting.
Yeah, a few umbrellas out. That's a good ploy over there.
It's very hot over there.
That's when you need somebody with the hose over there just to spray you off once in a while, kind of like they do there at ball. Unfortunately, the Orioles don't make it to the next round of playoffs, but I forget what they call it there at Oriole Land where they hose you down. But Baltimore, that's one of the most miserable places on earth during the summer. It's always hot, and then it rains every night. It's just a tough place to play ball at times. 4th down and goal for the Cowboys. Straight drop back. Over the middle. Touchdown. Little quick slant there. And threading the needle for the touchdown. And it will be Nichols on the grab. That's his 3rd touchdown grab of the year. He's the favorite target for the Cowboys.
They don't catch many touchdowns, or many passes, but they catch touchdowns. Right into double coverage, almost triple coverage. But he was locked in on the receiver from the get-go. There was no other receiver in the pattern.
And Niall Nichols out of Exeter City, California. Looks like they may go for 2 here. Yep, they line up to go for 2. It's 36-6. Going to run the option now, dropping back to pass, throwing it back in the corner, incomplete, out the back of the end zone. The quarterback took a big-time shot, and he hurt his hand or his shoulder. Man, oh, man, the quarterback drilled here on the play, and it doesn't look good right now for Joey Cave.
Cam Smith, the defensive end transfer from Stephen F. Austin, just smushed him.
Well, he was under heavy pressure, and he more or less threw that ball off his back foot as he was getting hit. So no flag, no roughing the passer. It was a clean play.
It almost looked like the shoulder, just like he tried to steady himself on the shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like his left shoulder, his non-throwing shoulder is what it looked like initially. But either way, that looks like your day's done right there. Almost looks like a collarbone shot.
Yeah, a jam, like he got jammed under there. and he was in pain immediately.
So you just hope it's not dislocated or fractured.
But how about the pressure Cam Smith got on him?
They help him up, and
It looks
now
like
he's
his
actually
right
favoring his
shoulder.
right arm now. Initially, I thought it was his left, but now it could be one of those stingers, Joe, because it looks like he's got full movement now with both arms. He was writhing around there, and maybe just went dead on him. And the way the trainer and coaching staff kind of patting him on the arm and shoulder, it's like maybe the feeling's coming back. If he had a real serious injury there, I wouldn't think they'd be whacking him on the shoulder pads.
Well, where did I see that? Was it last night or the night before? Somebody scored a touchdown or got an interception, and they were patting everybody was slapping the guy on the head, and he went down.
Yeah, concussed on the celebration.
Congratulations.
And just watching him, he's got movement in both arms now. He's just walking it off. So I think he just had a stinger there. So we'll keep an eye on that for the second half when he comes back out. But a touchdown pass for Cave. So 36-6 now. Thunderwolves on top.
I want him to kick it to Scipio.
Let's just see what he'll do with it, huh?
Yes. A little pooch kick to him.
He stands up here at the 35. It's a low kick. Takes a Sunday hop. One of the up backs of the Thunderwolves has it. 25-30, 35. Look at this hard run. You get a chance to run the football, and you're not usually a running back or receiver. You take full advantage of it, but that is a running back.
That's Corey and Burrell.
And no wonder he looks so good.
He's got a touchdown today, so.
He just looked, when you see a guy in a position you don't expect, I thought he was like a linebacker or something. That's how big this guy is.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid.
So Thunderwolves with great field position here. That's the reason you take the timeouts. So a minute 27 to work with. Chance to work on the 2-minute drill here. Double wide out to each side. Toscas and Mitchell to the left. They run the ball. And patient run there by Russell. Gets it out across the 45 to about the 48. Thunderwolves will go lightning package here. That's not Russell. Big pardon. That's Fincher they've got in the ball game running the ball on that carry. Emmanuel Fincher. So 2nd and 5 now for the Thunderwolves. Nigel in motion now, reverses up the left sideline. He's in the clear, but the pass sails over his head. He was wide open, but Larson, that's kind of a timing route.
Well, that's the first incompletion of the season for Roman Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller's in the game. Beg your pardon. Thanks, Joe.
I think
so his perfect season is over.
Yeah, a couple of linemen went up, gave him a high five. I think they were watching it like we were watching it.
So 3rd and 5 now for the Thunderwolves. Fuller tries to draw him off with the fake cadence there, clapping his hands. Now he'll reset the play. Straight drop back. Looks left, fires left, and that one's incomplete. Tried to get it to Toscas. Flag is down. That'll be interference or holding here on the Cowboys. Toscas immediately saying, hey, you got to call that.
Well, Trenton Johnson just pushed him out of bounds.
So that'll be a spot foul here because it happened less than 15 yards down the field. So spotted at the 44-yard line of the Cowboys.
That's one of those easy calls.
Ends up being a net gain of 9 on the penalty. 1st and 10, Thunderwolves, 44-yard line. They lead it 36-6. We're under a minute to go now. 59 seconds to go here in the first half. Fincher, the running back, he's on the right hip of Roman Fuller, who's into the ball game. Fuller with 3 touchdown passes on the season. 2 of them last week. Takes a snap, straight drop back, looks left, fires left, dart, caught Toscas inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. There's just something different about watching Roman Fuller zip a ball out into the edges.
It's almost like a 3-quarter motion. It's not completely over the top, but he throws it like a dart.
And it's a very quick release.
Marino-esque.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Double wide out to each side. Takes the snap, bobbled it, now regains it. Going for the end zone for Nigel Mitchell. He's got it! Touchdown! What a pass! What a grab by Nigel. He had to be worried about keeping his feet in bounds there in the back of the end zone. And does a little dance.
Jim.
Look at Knight throwing a little Irish move there. Isn't that a little Irish jig there?
He split the coverage. The inside help with the safety in the corner on the outside, and he just ran past both of them, split them, and the ball, Roman Fuller couldn't have put it any better.
I can almost hear bagpipes as he was dancing there.
Well, and how about that? You knew you were going to get the ball back, and you score in 30 seconds.
And Roman Fuller, man, oh man, can he throw the football. Low snap at his handle, kick is up, and it is good. 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves stretching it out. They now lead it 43-6.
You know, it's hard if you're Phil Vigil and Brayley Brown to sit Devin Larson. He's the nation's leading passer. And you're like, okay, well, we got to get Roman Fuller some snaps. But how do you sit the nation's leading passer? And this is how you do it. You give him some series, and then he makes the most of it.
And I don't want to be a fatalist, but it seems like it always happens at some point during the season. You're going to lose your starting quarterback at some point. Very rarely do you get through a season where your starter just plays every game, every series, and all the big valuable snaps. At some point, you need that backup quarterback at some point. And the Thunderwolves, there's not going to be any drop-off. And even if they lost two quarterbacks, there's not a little bit of a drop-off. But Kroll, very good, too. I mean, their quarterback room is awesome.
It's very capable. And this makes you wonder, Roman Fuller didn't have a spring with these guys. He didn't really have a summer either. He got here 2 weeks before camp started, and that's the extent of it. And Devin Larson was here in the spring and edged him out and made the most of his chances.
Here's the kick, going to be taken at the 2-yard line. Across the 10, 15, good speed, 20, 25, up the sideline. Thunderwolves have the angle and get him out of bounds, out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Good return there. For the Cowboys.
They still have one timeout, 40 seconds to go. They can move the ball a little bit.
They'll start from their own 33. 40 seconds to go here. Boy, Joe, remember when we were talking about how fast the first half went?
I know.
The first quarter, it was lightning fast. Here in the second quarter, it's kind of slowed down a bit here.
But I don't have anywhere to be tonight, Jim. Be at the house, roasting hot dogs.
Sounds good.
Just kind of relaxing. Maybe watch some baseball. It's hard now because you got baseball and football.
You got some big college games tonight. Yeah, you'll be the clicker will get a workout tonight.
Yes.
They still call it a clicker.
Uh-oh.
Fumble. It's loose. Thunderwolves have it. The 37-yard line. Ball came out. And the Thunderwolves have forced the turnover. They get another chance to score. Looks like Seidenberger comes off the bottom of the stack.
He might have caused the fumble too. But he recovered it, that's for sure.
See if they show the replay. There it comes up on the board. Let's see who forced it.
Nucci.
Nope. No, somebody else came in there. Couldn't tell who that was. Need to re-rack that one. Nucci was there, but he's not the one that forced it. Somebody else came in there and flew in there and got their arm on it.
Nucci and Seidenberger kind of that middle of that defense is stout.
So now the Thunderwolves take over. And it's Larson back in to play quarterback this series. He goes for it all at the right sideline. Jump ball. That's got to be interference, and it is. Interference on the Cowboys. They're trying to throw the jump ball to Toscas over there on the right side. That's no contest. And an injured player for the Cowboys is their cornerback, Isaiah Jackson. He's down. He's the one that was guilty of the interference call. He got kind of tangled up with Toscas there.
Well, and Devin Larson is smart to look at those matchups. When he's got the big receivers in one-on-one coverage, that's where the ball's going to go.
This mark-off will be 15 yards since the interference call happened well down the field. Interference in college football is either a spot foul if it's less than 15. If the penalty occurred more than 15 yards down the field, then they mark off 15 yards. So 1st and 10 Thunderwolves at the 23. And they'll mark off 15 even if it's from, say, the 9-yard line. They'll mark it down to the 4. The 2-yard line is the magic number. They look left. Again, looking for Toscas in the back of the end zone. This one is incomplete. Another penalty down. That's another interference call on the Cowboys. Just not allowing Toscas get back to the ball. Cornerback's got to turn his head and look, and they never do, Joe, and that's when they get burned.
I just wonder if they might call that on offense because the defensive back was on the inside of Toscas. We'll see if he makes the call here. They may pick this one up, too. These officials, they may pick this one up. And the reason why I say that, Jim, is the defender was inside. He had inside position. So if they were going to call any pass interference, it probably would have been offensive.
Yeah, our only concern was did he turn his head enough in time? But they discuss it, overrule it, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. That's Dvorak in motion. Run the screen pass left side here to Russell, and they diagnose it pretty well there. You had 3 blockers out in front, but the one guy that had to make the play made it for the Cowboys.
15 seconds, no timeouts. You're
Thunderbolts
going to have to take your shot here. You don't have a chance.
I think the Thunderbolts just spike it here and then try the field goal. And that is what they do with 4 seconds to go. Send the field goal unit out here. They'll try a 41-yarder. It's going to be Willig to come out and try the field goal.
Jim, I was watching Willig kick. He seems to get the ball up quicker on field goal attempts. Instead of driving it like Evan Lyons, he seems to be able to get it up quick.
Yeah, over the big, tall defensive lineman. That's critical.
Should be a good field goal attempt, 41 yards.
Would be the longest by any field goal kicker. This is the first attempt for Willig on the year for a field goal. Good snap, ball's down, kick is up, and he has got it. Didn't get through there by much, but it made it through nonetheless. And the Thunderwolves end the first half on a great note with the field goal, and they'll take a 46-6 lead to the locker room. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
CSU Pueblo here at halftime, honoring their Hall of Fame class here of 2024. Tule Sue Anderson and Lena Kim right now, they're talking. Of course, we had the football players up here.
Well,
the team of 1982, and of course, the whole team getting in, that team that went to the playoffs.
Now the guy they're introducing right now is somebody we know, Cam McDonald.
What a great running back. Just short of 6,000 yards. Averaged over 127 yards a game. I mean, that's every game. I mean, he was automatic 100 no matter what. Some games 150, sometimes 2. But his average on his entire career, Joe, astonishing, 127 yards a game.
He scored 66 rushing touchdowns. That is amazing. And you know what? If you saw Cam McDonald, you would realize that he was not very big. He was thick, and then he's here with his brother Bernard, who was a great running back as well.
Yeah, Bernard had maybe a little bit more speed, but Cam was the man.
Tough.
Oh man, was he just a hard running back. Francis Price out there with Ruth Shelton, part of the kind of the legendary status.
Sure.
The women's team, they were the first women's team as part of, was then SCSC. And they did volleyball, they had badminton, but basketball is where they really shined. And, of course, as before there was really any organizing, they were playing AAU ball, but they were dynamite.
For women's athletics. This was pre-women's athletics, and they had to fight for that. Yeah. I remember talking to Coach Shelton about that. She said, back when she was in college, it was unheard of for women to play sports. And I love that CSU Pueblo is honoring them.
And they're still trying to track down everybody on the team with the help of Ruth and Tim Simmons, of course, who is the official historian of the Thunderbolts athletic department. It's tough because, as far as when you do a class reunion, you try to find women, they change their name. They get married and they leave town, and then you have to try different ways to find people. Unfortunately, half the time the way you end up finding people is through the darn Social Security death index. That's not the way you want to find them. You're trying to find them in other ways before that. And that's what they're still trying to do so they can honor them all. And they want to eventually get them all back here, all the living members of that squad, if at all possible. So and Francis ended up turning out to be a great coach. high school coach in Arizona.
Yeah, and they just announced Ruth Shelton, and she was at Central when I was at Central, and we just had our 40th reunion. I was surprised at how many people were dead.
Yeah.
We were in the 50-plus people in my class who were dead.
Right there, same way. We're all blessed to still be here. It's just that's the unfortunate thing about it. That's what I was talking about with Tim. When you're trying to find people, sometimes that's how you end up finding them. Now the other Damon Williams they're talking about right now. He unfortunately couldn't make it. Now this guy, Joe, he went to Finland to play pro basketball. He was the player of the year in 2001 in Finland. 10 years later, he wins the same award. Now that's longevity in a sport, playing basketball.
That's a game you love.
Yeah.
You're playing a game because you love it.
And he's still over there. And Joe Fola was accepting for him last night. Now, they did have they had kind of this mean-looking picture. But those of us that knew Damon, the way he played, he made you accountable. He was one of those guys that said, you play the game the right way when I'm on the court with you, or you're going to hear about it.
Right. And that's how you become a great player.
Yeah.
And that's how you can become a great team.
Yeah. And Joe was talking about his great game where he had like 30-some points, a bunch of rebounds, a bunch of assists in his first outing, and then the very last game he played might have been a game you covered. I don't know. It could have been when they played Kearney.
They played at Kearney
in the regional.
They played Nebraska Kearney in Brookings, South Dakota, and I remember it was a blizzard. And I was in Brookings with Tony Tybee and Todd Kelly, and the baseball team was in Hawaii, and I was in Brookings with the basketball team, and it was a great game. But that's when Kearney was in the RMAC.
Yeah.
So they had seen him again, but what a great way to go out.
Yeah, and they had a three-point victory, I think, for Kearney in that game.
It was a great game.
That was one of the
Coach Folda was very upset. He thought he had the squad.
And then the other Thomas Staines.
Sure.
The great runner, run national title. That's not conference title. He won national titles in the 800. Phenomenal runner.
They used to say that the 400 was the worst race ever. That kind of evolved into the 800 is now the worst race ever in terms of just going hard all the time.
Then the other, the contributor they're honoring is the Salas family. And Mac
Salas and John, his son John.
But Max is the main guy, but John was his father. But the Salas family, big-time contributors to the baseball program at Csu-Pueblo.
I love Max Salas because he used to teach kids how to hit.
Right.
And Max always taught people to hit it the other way, opposite field. He goes, hit it where the money is.
Yeah,
that was his saying. He'd sit on a bucket and soft toss you balls until your hands bled. He said, hit it where the money is. Hit it where the money is, and it was opposite field.
And then finally, it's the two golf teams, women's golf teams, the 2011-2012 team, and then again the 13-14 team that won RMAC championship. So that's the Hall of Fame class here at CSU Pueblo. Thought we'd bring that to you. 46-6, Thunderwolves lead it. Halftime score here, Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolts, 46-6. Thunderwolves lead this thing here at halftime. Joe, kind of hard to believe that at one point in this game, Highlands was at the 1 yard line, facing a 4th down and goal, a chance to tie the football game. Thunderwolves made the stop, and then from there on, they just dominated.
Again, the turning point was absolutely that 4th down conversion or stoppage. They were on the doorstep, and that would have made it a little bit more of a game. And if you look at the stats, Highlands is, they're acceptable.
Yeah.
But Tim Simmons, he poked his head in, say hi, and what's with letting them have scored 6 points? And I started laughing. That's when you know you have a good program.
Exactly. They do have 203 yards in offense as Highlands. So the old bend but not break. Thunderwolves defense so far in this game in the red zone, they've been dynamite.
The Hunter Hughes style.
Exactly. Halftime here, 46-6. Thunderwolves lead it. More of our halftime show comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Our lives got a lot easier when our son
Right, 3 minutes.
helped us stretch our money.
Okay, we got this one, and we got a 2 on the backside of this, too, don't we? If I remember right.
Correct.
It was a simple online application. We could sign from anywhere.
I was so happy. I doubled my yoga classes.
And now I'm allowed to bring a +1 to every session.
Isn't that right, Will?
We're right here with you.
Sunrise Credit Union. Keep it simple and worry-free.
Equity.
Excuse
me. Dum-dum. Get low. Get low. Get low. 369. Ooh, she fine. Hoping she can sing it to me one more time. Get low. Get low. Get low. Get low. To the window. To the wall. To the wall.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild. At Csu-Pueblo, we are committed to your success. We are helping our students achieve their degrees whenever and wherever they are. And now, in these difficult times, our commitment to student success matters more than ever. Csu-Pueblo's summer online learning programs are ready to help you develop skills that are accessible, affordable, and achievable. We are Csu-Pueblo. You belong here. Apply now at csupueblo.edu.
Tired of playing chicken with your electricity bill? Feeling helplessly strapped to your electric company while your rates skyrocket? There's another option. Since 2016, Steel City Solar and Roofing has partnered with Southern Colorado homeowners to create their own power and stabilize their bills. But that's not all. They can also handle all your roofing needs as well. Whether you need a new installation, repair, or maintenance,
is it the Steel City Solar?
Steel City Solar and Roofing is the company to trust. Just like our beloved Thunderwolves.
I'll let them know.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of hundreds of thousands of titles.
We got about 50 seconds left. Did you want me to run straight into the two, or do you guys want to pop in between?
No, I'll do a little quickie.
The Greek gods live high on Mount Olympus. But from time to time, we walk among you mortals, and wherever the gods move, stories are born.
30 seconds.
And I know them all. Let me introduce myself. Hermes, messenger to the gods. So I hear all the juiciest gossip. And that's why I'm the host of our new Gods Pod, live from Mount Olympus.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Apologize for that. I'm turning the wrong darn dial here. But honoring the homecoming court here now, or the
It is. They haven't there'll be coronation.
Yeah, so we'll see who's going to win that. Maybe they'll get word to us, but that's a lot of people out there.
That's what they said. They said it was a great participation and turnout for this year's homecoming.
So that's kind of cool. We'll see who they honor here, and they're all very festive out there. Some of them, one representing one of the sororities here. Now, I got to have a little testosterone here in the homecoming court as now as too. So we'll see who they're going to honor here. Who's going to win, Joe?
I'm thinking maybe the softball player. Let's see.
I'm on the yellow gown. Nope.
Oh.
All right. I didn't hear the first name of Trujillo.
Jacelyn.
All right, cool. All right.
I think it's because the only escort down there who's armed.
Yeah, exactly. Got one of her.
Win or else.
You got a security guard or a cop. That's part of the court.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're armed, you win.
You win because if else, something else something can happen.
That's all there is to it.
All right, second half is next. Thunderbolts lead at 46-6. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Pack lead it here 46-6. Big happenings in the conference right now. Mesa, with 42 seconds to go, leads Mines 14-13. Mines does have the ball at their own 42-yard line, facing a 3rd and 10 with 42 seconds to go.
Doesn't Mines have a great kicker, though?
They do, but they got to get and they just get a first down, I believe.
It's Stoker, right? It's in Grand Junction, isn't it?
Yeah, 1st and 10 on. I can't tell what that says. Fumble, sack, recovered by Mesa.
Uh-oh.
Mesa's going to win the game. They're going to defeat Colorado Mines. Wow.
That is a gift to the conference.
So suddenly, I mean, you just feel kind of a shift in things, don't you? When, man, oh, man, what is happening? That's a seismic shift.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Here's the kick.
Oh, returnable.
And taken by Alsafar across the 20. Breaks a tackle, 25. Spin move, but he spun right into another tackler right at the 25-yard line. Kind of a short kick that time. Good job by Alsafar to get over there to cover it.
You know, him getting hold of the ball was the biggest challenge on that return.
Yep, they've just posted the final. Mesa has defeated Mines 14-13. Congratulations.
Miles Kochaver and his
Miles
staff.
and staff. Great win for him in that program.
Makes you feel good that you already played
Yes.
Mesa.
Yeah. 1st and 10 pack. Larson in the game here. Hands it off the left side. Oh, nice cut there. This is the back we've been telling you about. The Thunderwolves have an embarrassment of riches, but Corey and Burrell, that was a beautiful cut there to get forward, close to the first down.
Made himself skinny.
Exactly.
He just made himself skinny to get through the line.
Gains 8, 2nd down and 2 from the 33-yard line. Double wide out to each side. Burrell the lone back. He's on the right hip of Larson. You're going to run the reverse. Here's Robinson around the corner. Good speed there. He's got the first down on the just to flip it to him, coming around from his slot position on the left side across to the right side.
Those quick tosses, they just freeze the defensive lineman.
Of course, Reese Robinson already has a touchdown in this game, the junior out of Los Angeles. He returned a punt for a touchdown. Ball at the 42-yard line. And they give it up the middle. Nice run. Good burst here. Burrell, he's got another first down. He's into Cowboy territory down to the 47-yard line. Picked up 11. Coming out party for Corey and Burrell here. He's one of those one-and-done guys, grad transfer, looking for greener pasture 1 year and hoping it pays off here in Thunderwolf land. We're glad to have him. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of the Cowboys. Thunderwolves on top, 46-6. Again, it's Burrell up the middle. Like that little adjustment there, Joe. Look at him get forward for big yardage inside the 30, carrying tacklers down to the 26-yard line. Again, you talk about a guy getting skinny, as big and strong as he is, he gets through a little crease there.
Yeah, he there's the thickness about him. He's 5'10", 220. Again, he's a transfer from Henderson State, and Henderson State's a very good Division II football team.
1st and 10, 26-yard line of the Cowboys. And a quarterback keeper this time.
I don't think he wanted to.
Now passes, caught inside the 5, touchdown. Did he go across the line of scrimmage? That's the question.
Had to be way over, didn't he?
And the coaches are saying, hey,
Yeah,
he's
no.
over here.
Yeah, the linesman from near side was like, all the officials were running with Devin Larson. But the line of scrimmage is the 27.
Yeah, and he threw it
that
from the 25 or 24, yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy call. Should have been an easy call.
Well, the line judge on the opposite side, right where Larson was, didn't drop the flag. It's like you said, it's the line judge over on this side of the field. Maybe that's more or less his assignment.
I don't know, but to me, that's an easy call.
Illegal forward pass against the Thunderwolves. Kind of a cool play, but nullified, of course.
Well, it kind of looked pretty funky, but it was an easy call, and it's the right call.
And it's kind of one of those weird mark-offs. It's a gain of 2, and then the illegal forward pass marks it back 5 yards. It's a loss of down. So it becomes 2nd down and 13. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
2 wideouts left, single wideout right. And a pass over the middle, caught inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. Again, that's this time it's the guy that's caught a touchdown in this game, Xavier Marshall. Marshall's hurt on the play, might have a cramp. He wants to get out of the game. but they don't see that he's there. They said, yeah, just stay out there. We're going to run a running play here, Xavier.
You're fine.
Yeah, just act like you're going to block somebody. And now they're going to look to pass it to him. But at the pilot, he pushed off. The pass sails incomplete. And Marshall is hurt. He's got a cramp. He was – that's funny that he almost say, was he faking the injury? No. And then they ran the pass pattern to him. Now he just runs out the back of the end zone. He's got to get out the field. But for a guy with a cramp, he's running pretty good. Definitely had a little issue there for a little bit.
They brought in Verla Smith, the sophomore from Cherry Creek. Seen a lot of new faces out there today.
2nd down and 10. They run the pitch to the right side.
Oh, my.
Inside the 10 down to about the 6. There was a student body right that time. Pitch it to Burrell. He just ran out of real estate. Gets out of bounds at about the 6.
Corey Burrell had the cutback lane, and if he does, he scores easy, but he just kept going to the outside.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 now from the 6-yard line. Thunderwolves lead this game 46-6, 12 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is the first possession of the 2nd half. Burrell remains the lone back on the right hip this time of Larson. 2 wideouts left. And they give it to Burrell. Knifes through there, struggles and gets to the end zone. Just powered his way through there. He is so strong, Joe. Those arm tackles just shed off him.
Thick with power. You know, he's got the speed we've seen, but that's just power running at 5'10".
And what a luxury to be able to run it on 3rd and goal from the 6, just to trust your running back to carry tacklers into the end zone. That was a signature drive there for Corey and Burrell. And he's being congratulated over there on the sideline. That was good stuff. And, you know, who's right over there?
First one to meet him.
Howard Russell. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. A little too soon for our immediate timeout here. 53-6, Thunderwolves on top.
You know, that was a ground and pound for the most part, that drive. And that's what you like to see now when you're up as big as you are. Well, Braley Brown wanted 60.
He's close. He's going to go past it.
He's going to get past it. I think he sold himself a little bit short. Wanted 60.
Man, what a day for the Pack. I mean, it was a struggle a little bit in that first quarter. It was just, and Highlands was playing the way they needed to play the game. They get that touchdown early, Joe. Who knows where it goes?
Well, and
probably still ends up being kind of maybe a route, but I mean, a lot different complexion.
I go back to my days covering CSU in Fort Collins. Every year they would play Air Force.
Yeah.
And Sonny Lubick had a binder that was pulled out once a year for Air Force. And he told his defense, you know, Sonny was the defensive guy. He said, whatever you learned or whatever you think you know, forget for this week and do what we say. And I think when Csu-Pueblo saw that option, they were able to settle in a little bit.
Kick goes out the back of the end zone. Boy, this is a wasp patrol here today, isn't it? I just killed one, Joe.
You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to tell Bugman.
Yeah, we do need the Bugman here.
If you're listening, we need you up in the wasp.
Oh, no, he got out from under my plate.
Man, now he's like.
Oh, he's incensed
dude,
now, Joe.
Screwed.
Get out of here, Wasp. Don't agitate him. Don't. He's injured, though.
Yeah,
we should be filming this.
Scoop. In the potato.
There he goes out the window. He's flying off. Look at he's airborne. He looks like a drone.
He's got a pound of potatoes on his back. Got to give a shout out to our good friend TK.
My!
This is 2 weeks in a row. He's brought down lunch.
That was good chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Handoff up the middle, gain of about a yard. That would have been a good little. And there comes another one. That's his buddy coming in now.
You know why? He heard there was potatoes in there.
Exactly. Give me some mashed
potatoes
a word
and
out gravy.
For the mashed potatoes and gravy police.
Okay, 2nd down and 9.
This is where a lot of backup defensive players are going to get some time too now.
Bring a man in motion toward the formation. And they fake it in the middle. Comes pressure, gets the pass away. A wounded duck. Flag comes down on the Thunderwolves. A hold, perhaps.
Well, they're going to call Isaiah Pittman for defensive holding or pass interference, but I don't think it was. I think the guy just fell down.
Pass ended up sailing 10 yards over everybody, but they're saying that had he not tripped him, he would have had a chance. No, it is Pittman, the guilty party. I'm kind of with you, Joe. That's kind of a play-on play.
Well, they just kind of got tangled up.
Yeah. So it's out to the 35, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 53-6, Thunderwolves on top here. We have 11:02 to go in the third quarter. Bring a man in motion. Now reverses. They hand the ball a little misdirection. Yep. And look at that running back. He is strong up the sideline. Inside Thunderwolves territory. And this, of course, is Valetti. Kind of a late add to the starting lineup today. He must have impressed somebody this week in practice. He's impressing us. He's had a good game so far. He had 45 yards in the first half, I think it was. And
he never went down on that play.
All the way down to the 43-yard line of the Thunderwolves. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Yeah, Valetti. If I looked at the wrong stat.
No, he did have 45 in the first half.
Get rid of that one. We don't need that one anymore. 1st and 10. Thunderwolves 43-yard line. Cowboys in a tight formation. Now they're going to go direct snap. And Valetti follows his blockers around the right side. He gets to the edge. Good stiff arm there. He turns the corner, and then he's thrown out of bounds. Flag down.
Keith McCaney going to get called for that extra pull. You know, he was in the white is what they say on the sidelines. If you're in the white, you have to let loose, and he didn't.
Well, he let loose after he threw him to the ground. That was the problem.
It was funny. We had Donovan English on the show this week, the coach's show, and we were kind of asking him, you know, he's pretty soft-spoken, and said, well, you're not like the smack talkers back there, and they all laughed. Donovan, self-proclaimed leader of the smack talkers, including Keith McCaney. So now we
got a little more inside information on these guys. So they mark it off on the dead ball personal foul all the way down to the 17-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. We've hit the 10-minute mark here of the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead the game 53-6. They stack 2 wide receivers on the left side, bring a man in motion off that stack toward the formation. They're going to run the option play to the left. Going to be a keeper here. Now a late pitch. Oh, beautiful pitch up ahead on the sideline. That was the option to perfection there, as the late pitch to Valetti gets him close to a first down.
Joey Cave's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, he paid a price.
He did exactly what you're supposed to do as a quarterback, is wait to the last possible moment. He flicked it with his left hand, but he paid the price.
Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 10. Thunderwolves come with mass substitutions here.
They're bringing in this Cam Smith on the defensive line. He's 6'4", 235 pounds from Parker. He's a transfer from Stephen F. Austin. And the more I watch this guy, the more I love his motor.
Taking their time. That's the way Highlands works. Man in motion. They're going to hand it. Little counter back to the right side. Good stiff arm there. He has the first down inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. This guy's a good back. Tavita Valetti out of Springerville, Utah.
Well, he's powerful, and he's got some quicks.
He's got that little stiff arm move there to get the corner. 1st and goal for the Cowboys down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Oliver Welch is a guy we don't call. He's a new defensive back in there, and he just got stiff armed to the ground.
Ramming and Scipio back in the game now for the Thunderwolves. Also trotting out there, Dramani Jackson. He'll be the nickel back over here across the way. 2 receivers left. Single receiver right. 2 backs in the backfield. No tight end in this set. And they're going to fake it. Now a pitch to the right side to the pylon. Looks like a touchdown to me. Do they give him the signal? No signal as of yet.
No.
They say he's out of bounds, just short. Boy, it looked like he stretched the ball out over the pylon there, but they're not giving credit. Now they talk it over, saying, well, he stretched the ball across. That should be a touchdown, shouldn't it?
I don't think so. The linesman had him out at the 1.
They're still talking it over here.
Well, that's pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, if all of a sudden you throw up your hands and say, nope, they'll say, nope, it's down right here.
Yeah.
So they're saying he's down a foot short.
That'd be the ultimate right there, is if they called it a touchdown after that.
And they're going to throw the challenge flag. I think it's a touchdown. I don't know how they didn't call it a touchdown. Here comes the challenge flag out. he stretched the ball out over the pylon. That's got to be a
was
touchdown.
his foot out when he did it? That's what I think the linesman saw.
Yeah. It's all about the time. Now they're still talking it over, line judge and the field judge down here on the sideline, and that's going to be the conversation here. So we go to video review. So the referee will walk over to the other side to the tent. While they do this review, we're going to go ahead and get a timeout out of the way. 7:37 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 53-6. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
53-6. Thunderwolves on top. And we're in a video review here. Highlands wants this play called a touchdown.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I thought it was. Line judge said nope, stepped out of bounds before the ball was stretched across.
But I mean, you're second and a foot.
They should be able to get it. But,
so,
they they have been stopped though on the goal line today. So
I don't know. Second and a foot. I don't know if I'd burn a challenge if I wasn't 100% sure. There you go.
Yep. So he did stretch it across. It is a touchdown for the Cowboys.
So whoever's watching the review plays for Highlands, well done.
Yep. Gold star there. I don't know how we handle that in the hall. Cagel, that's a challenge for you. I don't know if you saved it there on the end of that when it wasn't called a touchdown, but that's what we'll re-rack, and then we'll just explain it to our listeners in the post-game show. But if you didn't get it, we'll just describe what happened there. So 53-12. Highlands now will go for 2.
In the grand scheme of things?
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's not really that big a monumental thing.
No, it means nothing in this game. It's cosmetic. Purely cosmetic.
All right. They set up to go for 2. Unbalanced right here. And they're going to pass it right side to the back, coming out of the backfield to the goal line. 2-point conversion is good. That was a good little play there. Caught on the play by Caden Walton. So, nice little 2-point conversion for the Cowboys. Makes it 53-14 with 7:37 to go here in the third quarter. That was a nice drive by the Cowboys.
It was, and it was something they needed maybe to settle down. They were probably a little shell-shocked, and Csu-Pueblo opens the half and walks all the way down there. But a nice little answer, and we've seen them move the ball today. This has not been a problem. It's moving the ball, getting in the end zone has been a problem, and stopping Csu-Pueblo has been a problem.
All right, in case you're just joining us and haven't heard the news, Mines lost today. Colorado Mesa in Grand Junction get 14 fourth-quarter points. They went for 2 late, got it, then stopped Mines, and end up getting a sack and a fumble. They win the ball game 14-13. So at the end of this day, of course, Western Colorado needs to take care of business, but Thunderwolves is going to be in first place with Western Colorado atop the RMAC.
Exactly, and that game's in a couple weeks. They're introducing the All RMAC, or then introducing the 1982 football team down there. It was great to have Herman Hurd, John Trahan up here in the booth in the second quarter.
Yeah, they had about 30 yesterday at dinner. Looks like not quite that many stayed around for the ceremony today. Probably about 20 maybe. That's a nice touch, though. They all had a great time yesterday. They had a big get-together. I know Risto took a handful of them golfing yesterday morning at the country club, and then they had a big luncheon at the Thunder Zone in the afternoon. And then, of course, they had the dinner last night, Hall of Fame banquet.
Dale Cresswell down there, our good friend.
Yeah.
Our sometimes travel buddy.
Yes, exactly.
At one point.
And, of course, Wardo was there. Craig Ward, the not the honorary. He was the captain of the team. He was the honorary spokesman, I guess you'd say. He was the one.
Which I think should scare the hell out of everybody. If Wardo is the guy you designate to speak on behalf of anyone, you need to rethink some priorities.
But he did a nice job.
Of
it was
course
great.
he
He brought up
You know,
it was fun.
When Craig was an assistant coach under Riston, because he was Riston's right-hand man for a lot of years.
Yes.
And Bordeaux took care of everyone. I mean, he took care of me more than anyone.
Here's the kick taken at the 11, across the 20, 25, Alcifer, 30, 33-yard line.
Jimmy was a half a step away
right
from
there.
breaking
You can
it.
see the alleyway, couldn't
Yep.
you? All right, so we'll see the Thunderbolt. I think probably bring Fuller into the game now to play quarterback. And that's no break for New Mexico Highlands to see Roman Fuller come out there. Fuller does have an incompletion today. His perfect season is over.
I told you when did he get.
Yeah, little Dave Socher line there.
He was 14 of 14 and a handful of touchdowns in his chances that he had received so far. He should be doing a lot of handing off right now, though.
Ball at the 33-yard line. They give it up. They pass over the middle. Caught! What a grab! Oh, my goodness.
Nigel. No.
That's Kennedy Lewis on a snag. My goodness, Lewis showing us something there.
You know, Kennedy Lewis is 6'4", and he needed to be on that catch.
Man, he's a good-looking specimen at wide receiver, long and lanky. Snagged that one out of the sky. Straight drop back. Fuller looks left. Pump fake. Now he's going to roll right. Holding it. Now zips it. Incomplete. He found an empty spot over there on the right side and got rid of it.
Yeah, that was a throwaway, an undesigned throwaway.
Had two receivers sort of in the area, but he just found the dead zone to drop that ball incomplete.
Well, he was hoping Verla Smith would turn and go down the sidelines instead of just keep crossing.
So 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Fuller straight drop back, steps up, fires it right, caught. First down into Cowboy territory, inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. And that is Verla Smith that Joe mentioned earlier.
Jim, they were playing kind of shell coverage. That was just a sit route, wide open. And Fuller got the ball there in a heartbeat.
Verla's a sophomore out of Modesto, California. It's 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line for the Thunderwolves. And they're going to give the ball to middle and taken down. Short gain there. Ty Virgin, the senior out of San Diego. Gain of a yard where he tripped down at the 27. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Thunderwolves. We're down to 6:05 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead the game 53-14. Lewis split wide to the left. He has Reese Robinson in the slot to the left. Smith to the right. Play action. Fuller steps back in the pocket. He's going for it all. In the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! What a grab!
That's Verla Smith.
And Smith getting open. He dropped that one right in the bucket to Verla Smith. He caught it right in the back of the end zone next to the pylon and then slid on out of bounds. That'd have been a touchdown in the pros. He had both feet down.
Yep. Bugman, if you're listening,
this is
there's
crazy.
wasp control up in the press box.
All right, he's 10 feet above our heads now. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. We're just going to go ahead and get our other timeout out of the way right here. 5:46 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 60-14. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Low line drive kick here. Chance of the turn out across the 50. Oh, look at the pursuit by the pack. Flying in there to make the stop on special teams. That's Eddie DePriest.
You don't see many number 69s on the Hammer team.
Wow.
The 6-foot defensive lineman out of Fort Morgan High School. Who's the pride of the Fort Morgan High School former CSU Pueblo player?
Lee Meisner.
Ryan Jensen.
Or Lee Meisner from Sterling. Yes. Apologize there to Lee.
Yeah, well, and all of Sterling.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like saying,
sorry about that.
That's Hatfields and McCoys.
I had a brain lock for a moment. Ball at the 16. I'm worried about this damn Wasp.
Yeah, I know.
He's
they're
on my
awful.
mind. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 16-yard line. And quarterback keeper. Now he's going to fling it out to the left. It's caught. Look at all Thunderbolts red shirts over there. Nowhere to go, Malik Norman, but he does get forward for a couple, perhaps.
You know, Joey Cave is a senior out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico for the Mustangs. And you know what? Or Cowboys. And I've been impressed with him. He's kind of stuck in there and played hard.
Yeah, they had on their depth chart Walker Crawford, the true freshman. But perhaps he was hurt or something. Late game time decision didn't start. They didn't go to their second stringer. They went to Cave here. Their other backup quarter was Jillian Carter out of Los Angeles, but he hasn't seen any action. So they're on third on their depth chart, and that's Cave.
Nice tackle there by Bryson Torrey. Donovan Guyton, the defensive back.
So that was a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 now for the Cowboys. We're down to 4:35 to go here in the third quarter. Almost pains me to say that. I was ready to say fourth quarter, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Telling you, this is the AMC channel, RMAC football.
Here's pressure, able to avoid the sack and getting forward. Spin move, first down. Look at him run. Cave now says, I got to get down. He said, I don't want to take on any further punishment as Rulo was coming up on him, and then he slid down at the 38-yard line. Good self-preservation move there. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead this game 60-14. Give the ball at the middle. Nice little adjustment there, but the Thunderwolves pursue on that interior line there, able to get Valetti before he's able to get outside. Only a gain of a yard.
That was our guy, A.J. Jordan, making the tackle right there.
Gage Hill in the game right now, along with
Micah Lutu,
Jordan.
You know, if you're a defensive player right now, you're getting time now. You're getting some serious quality reps. Shalom Peter in at linebacker. You know, we have him from the block punt.
2nd down and 9. Bring a man in motion toward the formation. Fake it in the middle. They run the option to the left. Here's the late pitch and running out of real estate, but getting about 5, maybe 6 on the play on the pitch to Valetti. He'll be short of the first down.
You know, running the option, the one thing you do that does happen when you run the option is you get hit. Quarterbacks, running backs, fullbacks, you get hit. Whether you have the ball or not, you're going to get cleaned.
3rd down and 4 now for the Cowboys. Late substitutions here for the Cowboys. They try to get this play the way they want it. They're going to go double wide out right, kind of in a stack. I'm sure that's one thing that Highlands, as they move forward with this offense the rest of this year and years to come, got to get the tempo up. Here's the pass out the right side. That's a first down grab.
And there was no hold there, but I think that's a good no call because of the score. But the guy in pursuit was being held by his jersey.
Caden Walton on the grab for the Cowboys. First down into Thunderwolves territory down to the 47-yard line.
Look at Cody Ramey. He wanted to go in and play. They pulled him out. Said, come on. Oh, now he wants to go back in. Cody Ramey does not want to come off the field. He made that clear to us a couple weeks ago on the coach's show. He does not like the multiple substitutions. Now Michael Lutu's running in. And guess who's coming out?
And now Thunderwolves get too many men on the field, and Ramey is ticked off.
Yeah.
And the carry down close to the first down, but they have a decision now. Do you go 2nd and a yard, or do you go 1st and 5? I think you got to go 2nd. Well, they're going to mark it 2nd and 2. So now I don't know what the old analytics say here. 1st and 5 or 2nd and 2. decision time here for the Cowboys. A lot of drama in this one.
Well, if I'm Kate Foskey, I put Cody Ramming in right now because he's pissed. He's so upset right now. He's ready to kill somebody. So why not put him in at defensive line?
Cowboys going to take the penalty. So they want 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 2.
I'll put him in now because he wants to clean somebody's clock. And no one will go near Cody Ramming on the sidelines. No one.
Yeah, he's on the sideline. He's got hands on hips.
No one wants any part of what he's got to say right now.
1st and 5 for the Cowboys. Give it up the middle, and the Thunder will stuff it. And I need number 98, Joe. For some reason, I put that a double entry on my deal here. That's Niu-Sulu out of Aurora, out of Smoky Hill. N.A. Niu-Sulu.
Again, lots of different playing time.
2nd and 2, pass out on the left side. Nice move there. Gets the corner. Got the first down up the sideline inside the 30. Down to about the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys.
They're letting a lot of things go right now. It's going to be the end of the third quarter, but Csu-Pueblo is getting held, getting tackled, and the officials are like, let's get into the fourth quarter. At least. And
that will do it for the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books here from the Thunderbolt. Pack lead it 60-14. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Joe, I made the mistake. Too big a bite of chicken there.
That's all right. I got you. You want me to film?
No, I'll be all right. I just gotta work my way through it.
You gotta talk like a ventriloquist. Talking while you chew.
Mm-hmm. That's always a good sound on radio.
Well, people were going to their facilities during the third quarter right there.
Yeah.
You're good.
All right, 60-14. Thunderwolves on top. Final quarter getting set to take place here.
And this is a time of the game where you're going to see lots of results. And we're not talking 2s now. We're talking 3s and 4s. But they are going to be held to the same standard by the coaching staff that the 1s and 2s are. So you need to expect to play at a high level or you will get taken out of the game.
I think Cody Ramming's finally decided that, no, he's still back there on the track. He still wants to get back in this game, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not.
And they fake the option. They go down the middle field. Man, it's open in the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, man.
What a strike there. As Cave hits Mike Jones in the back of the end zone for the touchdown for the Cowboys.
The reserve defensive back. He's so far back there, I can't see his number, but he's not going to want to see that on film. It's so far back in the corner of the end zone. I cannot see that.
Yeah, it was Mike Jones.
The Dramani Jackson, maybe.
Okay, on the defending.
Yeah. And he just got beat.
It's Jones' second touchdown pass or grab of the year for the Cowboys. They'll go for 2 here.
See a lot of the starters peeling off their tape already.
Cave takes his snap, gives it up the middle. And the Thunderwolves had him, and they do get him down before he can get in. He tried to stretch the ball out, but he just couldn't quite get it out in front of him. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So we played 1 play here of the fourth quarter, and it was a touchdown for the Cowboys. They've made it now 60-20. So once again today, Mesa a loser. As Mesa beat them in Grand Junction today. Boys, celebration time in Grand Junction. And Miles Coche, the former defensive coordinator here at Csu-Pueblo, he's got to feel, man, that has got to be just exciting for the program.
Exactly.
That's
a signature win for Miles and his staff.
And that's a win that could maybe vault your program to bigger and better things.
Because they still have to play Western as well, correct?
Yeah.
And that's the rivalry game for them, the Western Slope.
And that just makes they're relevant. They're relevant right now in the conference, is what they said. They feel like they could probably still win the thing. And remember, there's no head-to-head things when you break tiebreakers in the conference. They can always hope the Thunderwolves drop a game somewhere down the line. If they end up in a tie with the Pack, then they would share a conference title. So,
I've had this conversation with Chris Graham many times.
Yes.
If there's a tie between two teams and they played each other, whoever won that game is your champion. I don't care about all this other stuff. Head-to-head, and you have the same record, guess what? That's an easy call.
Here's the kick. And hits down at the goal line, bounces through the back of the end zone. So the Thunderwolves will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Jim, we're all the way down into Logan Brook at quarterback for CSU Pueblo.
They like this guy.
I know they do. Sophomore out of Cherokee Trail High School in Aurora. We're talking about a big campus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a college campus up there at Cherokee Trail. Way out there in Aurora. Like E470, toll roads.
So, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And they give it up. No, they pitch it around the left side. This is a good little play. Turn the corner, across the 30, up to around the 35. First down for the Thunderwolves. That was kind of a late little pitch. To either Verla Smith again?
Verla Smith. It's the Verla Smith show.
Or no, Cesario. That's who it was,
Okay.
Cesario Scott. He came out from his tight end formation. I knew it was a little bit too big for Verlas. 89 instead of 88, but Cesario Scott, he is quite the specimen out of Cherry Creek High School in Aurora. 6'7".
I wonder if Phil sent Dave Logan a fruit basket. We're getting a lot of Cherry Creek kids down here.
1st and 10 Pack at the 37-yard line. And now they give the ball up the middle. It's a good little run out across the 40 to around the 45-yard line.
Musa? Nope. Ty
Virgin. Thunderwolves sprinkling a lot of different people into the ball game here. So Virgin getting the ball, carrying it. Let's see who we got out here playing wide receiver now. Verla Smith is wide to the right. Also have a new man in the slot here.
Is that Reese? Nope.
I think that's going to be Darian Martin, I believe, in the slot over here to the right. Martin is a redshirt freshman out of Fountain Fort Carson. He's a smallish guy, 5'8". They hand the ball up the middle. Not much there for Virgin. So bring up 3rd down. 3rd and about 2.
Reese Robinson back in the game. Might have to talk to Reese Robinson after the game. There's a lot of players you could talk to, but a guy getting an opportunity to,
yes,
and then taking us to the house for 73 yards.
3rd and 2. Straight drop back by Brook. Now fires and in dropped. Pass a little bit low there. He was trying to get it to Martin.
That ball should have
Unable
been
to haul
caught.
it in.
That ball should have been caught, though. That would have been a first down, too.
So Thunderwolves sent the punt team out. This has not happened today. Well, they punted once from their goal line. Remember, early in the game after they were stopped 3 and out. That was after the goal line stand.
You know what I like about that, Jim, is that the threes of the offensive line were in there, and Brook had time.
Yeah, he had 2 different. Well, they fumbled the snap and then booted. That's an illegal kick. And it's loose and now touched. Now the Thunderwolves pick it up and ramming running down the sideline.
Yeah, you can't do that, Reagan
So once
Baker.
the ball was kicked, one of the Thunderwolves touched it. So that made it
first touch
free for Mexico Highlands to pick it up and have no consequence
But they
against
touched
them.
it.
But it's going to be an illegal
Correct.
kick on the Thunderwolves here as the punter, Caleb Harner, the backup punter.
The backup punter.
Went all soccer on us.
Look at Cody Ramey. Cody Ramsey. So I don't get.
Yeah, no credit there.
Sorry, Cody.
It was a moment of glory. We can all watch it on film at least.
That he was ready to do that, I think, is what makes it so good.
And it's a 10-yard mark-off on top of it being a loss of down on the illegal kick.
You know, people are going to see the score and say, what happened? Well, the second half has all been against the 2s, 3s, and 4s. He never had the ball in his hands when he tried to kick that, dropped the snap, and then, free kicked it.
So Highlands takes over at the Thunderwolves' 24-yard line here. Thunderwolves some late substitutions. Isaiah Pittman checks into the game here. 2 men in the backfield. And they're run a sweep around the right side. Looked like a hold there on the Cowboys. Let him get away with it. It's a good run down around the 10. The only reason he got free to run that because the Highlands tackle was holding the Thunderwolf there. But as you say, Joe, when it gets to this point in the game, they're not going to call that anymore.
No, and they haven't pretty much the entire second half.
So it's a gain down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for the Cowboys. Thunderwolves left defensive end that time just being flat out held. That's why I allowed the running back to cut inside him and get up the field for the first down. So it's 1st down and goal now for the Cowboys. 60-20, Thunderwolves on top. They give it up the middle. Good burst there, powering his way toward the goal line, just a bit short. As Valetti stopped at the 1-yard line.
You know, they've had plenty of success this entire day in the interior against Csu-Pueblo's defensive front. 2
2nd down and a yard. And again, they give it to Valetti. Oh. He is stoned at the goal line, does not get in.
I want to see who hit him.
I thought it was Cameron Smith who's in there playing linebacker, I believe. Wearing 15, perhaps?
That might have been Nate Sandy.
Yeah. Now we have a stoppage in play momentarily here. So 3rd down and goal upcoming for the Cowboys. Again, they operate out of the gun with 2 backs in the backfield here. Take the snap, roll the pocket right, flip it right, caught, touchdown. Easy money. Caden Walton, the sophomore out of Raton, gets the touchdown, his 2nd of the day. And the Cowboys make it 60-26 with 10:48 to go. They'll go for 2 again.
You give the Cowboys credit, Jim. They are playing hard still, down 40 points.
I could see if they could get this coach a couple years, get him the personnel he needs to run this system.
Well, they are definitely on the right track.
Yeah, they could be dangerous. It is hard. Well, you can just look. I talked to Phil Veal. The national champion runs the option still. Little different variation of it, but it's tough to guard. Pass out on the right side, 2-point conversion, hurtling to the goal line. It's good. I got a flag down. It could be a legal block here.
Yeah, or a hold. They had him by the back of the collar.
It was quite the hurdle job into the end zone by Mike Jones, but it's going to be all for naught here.
Yeah, this was an obvious hold.
Well, these officials, they do talk over every call.
To discuss it.
They've made it a habit just to have a conference after every call today. There's the call.
Yeah, I don't understand why that needed to be a conference, especially for the 2 guys that aren't wearing the white hat.
Yeah.
Throw the flag, call holding, move it back to him. Let's play ball.
So now it'll be back to the 13, or the 12 rather, excuse me, after the 10-yard mark off. Will they kick it? Doesn't look like it. They're going to go for 2 still. Their kicker this year is Logan Matthews, only 8 of 13 on extra points. That might be why they've just decided to bag the kicking game. Fake it in the middle. Pass back of the end zone. Caught. 2-point conversion is good. That was quite a grab there in the back of the end zone by Tenile Nichols. He's one of their leading receivers on the year. He's caught 16 passes. Was their leading receiver coming into the game. And that was a brilliant throw right at the back of the end zone. He went up and got it. So the 2-point conversion is good. It's 60-28. Thunderwolves on top.
That was Oliver Welch in coverage on that. Freshman DB out of the LA area, Venice. These young guys are learning, though. This is a great chance to learn what to do and what not to do.
Yep. Highlands to kick off here. Thunderwolves, kind of a medium handsy team up here, kind of creeping up toward the line of scrimmage here, guarding against any type of potential onside kick here. We have had a successful onside kick today. It was by the Thunderwolves. Kick it deep. And that ball hits in the field of play. You got to be careful. It does get into the end zone for the touchback. Boy, that was dangerous there for a moment.
Kind of staring at it. And that was Howard Russell back there.
Yeah, hoping against hope that ball didn't stop on the field there.
You know, he's the guy that can let it stop, pick it up, and then go. Shifty Howard.
So Thunderwolves will take over from their own 25-yard line. And it looks like they're going to give Stephen Kroll a chance to play a little quarterback here. He does have a touchdown pass today.
He does.
Takes the snap, and he'll run it. And he's taken down for a loss. Back at the 19 or the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and 11.
The people in the east stands, there's like 6 left.
It's too hot.
And they're tired, and most of them came from Las Vegas or other places.
And we welcome you to the broadcast. You're in the parking lot, either sitting there or on your way home.
We finally reached the 90-degree mark. I've been waiting for that. And we are there.
So, second and 11. Kroll remains the quarterback. Takes the snap. Gives it up the middle. And short run for the Thunderwolves. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
I think this is a great example for the backup offensive linemen. They're going to learn what they need to do to get bigger, stronger, more physical.
There's Alcifar on the carry there for the Thunderwolves.
He got close to 7, though.
Third down, they need 6 from the 29-yard line.
Finally broke the 10-minute barrier remaining.
Two wideouts right, single wideout left, straight drop back by Kroll. He looks, fires, caught, first down. Good grab over the middle there by Verla Smith. He's out of Modesto, California. Good
nice
strike there by Kroll.
And a nice target. Big, strong, just kind of a sit route, went across the chains. Keeping the clock moving is key.
Down to 8:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 60-28. Long count. Take snap, play action, pass, caught. That's Reese Robinson. Nice adjustment there. Up the sideline, stiff arm, but he's knocked out of bounds just before he was about to break into the clear.
He's got some jets.
Man, oh man. Gets it all the way down to the 37-yard line of the Cowboys. He's got to be impressed with Reese Robinson. Well, we were talking about who would win a foot race this week on the Pack Football Show with deciding who would be the fastest on the team. I'm going to tell you what, Reese Robinson's got to be right up there.
It's funny, though, because we had Donovan English on the program. I go, who's the fastest on the team? And he just kind of looked like, you're questioning me?
Yeah, I am.
But then we also, you got Nigel Mitchell, who's a pure sprinter.
Robinson now adjusted over to the slot. Straight drop back by Kroll.
Oh, he wanted him.
Fires it, caught again. It's Reese Robinson. Good route there by Robinson. Came back for the ball.
That route is one of those, the receiver kind of has to adjust because if he has single coverage, but it was offensive holding anyway. But the receiver, he has to read the defensive back. If he gets the safety help, it's a back shoulder route, and he stops.
So that nullifies what was a first down. It would have been close. I think it would have been about a yard short of the first down. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 20 now as the ball marked off back to the 47-yard line for the Thunderwolves. They're in Cowboy territory. They lead it 60-28, 7:40 to go here, fourth quarter. And a keeper this time by Kroll, and he gets across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line of the Cowboys. Be third down now, 3rd and 15 for the Thunderwolves.
Stevie Kroll, son of a longtime coach up at Broomfield High School. Coach Kroll was one of my great sources back in the day when I was covering high school football. I'd call him and ask him about Northern Colorado, and he would give me the 411 on every team, every coach, and they were always hospitable to us whenever we went up there.
Right. Here's the pass over the middle. Reese Robinson again, right at the sticks.
Just short. I think he's going to be just short.
Kind of slid down at the 28. He needed the 27, so it'll be 4th down. Thunderbolts will go for it here.
How about that gun from Stevie Kroll?
Yeah, it was. That was a beautiful pass.
That was a dart. Heavy package. Backup tight ends.
Yeah, Cesario Scott out there.
And
also
Devin
some
Larson.
other guys. Looks like we got another guy. I don't have 39 on my sheet. They've suited up somebody I don't have here. We'll see if I can dig it out. Jaden Stoll. He's a backup tight end. Here's the handoff up the middle and powering his way close. Depends on the spot. I don't know. Line judge coming near. Looks like he's going to stick his foot down right at the 27. That would be a first down.
Yes, it would. They're talking to each other. I got it on the 27. Move the chains.
Yep. First down for the Thunderwolves. Needed a yard. They got a yard.
It was funny that they brought in Devin Larson to hand that ball off. Not exactly sure why, but
maybe they're more comfortable with him under the center there. So 1st and 10 Thunderwolves, 27-yard line of the Cowboys. We're down to 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Give it up the middle. Down to about the 23-yard line. Ball came out, but it was after the whistle blown. That was Alcifar. Joe Cervi going to make his way down to the field, all part of our post-game show. He'll talk to head coach Phil Vigil, as well as one, maybe 2 players. We'll see who he corrals. We'll go ahead and turn that wireless setup on. We had talked about maybe setting our wireless up down on the field, but there are just too many constraints for us doing that. So we're going to have Joe try to stand a little bit closer to us this week. Hopefully that'll work out. Give it to Alcivar at the middle. He runs into a brick wall, but spins away from that brick wall somehow. Gets a yard on the play down to the 22. That'll bring a 3rd down now and 5 for the Thunderwolves, leading the game 60-28. Not 4th. It's 3rd and 5. Beg your pardon. 3rd and 5 for the Thunderwolves. Now the pack changes the play call. They adjust Alcifar to the left hip. Straight drop back by Kroll. Pump fake. Now he'll run to his right. Now fires it on the sideline. Caught right at the 11-yard line. What a grab. on the sideline here by Verla Smith. Stuck it in there and got both feet down. You only need one in college ball, but it looked like you got both down. Strike there by Kroll. Now we're down to 3:20 to go here. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves. They're at the 11-yard line of the Cowboys, trying to get more here. Straight drop back by Kroll. Flings out left side. Alsford puts his head down. Oh, little adjustment there. Gets it inside the 10 down to the 6. It was a nice little move by Musa to get him a couple extra yards. So it ends up gaining 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Kennedy Lewis wide to the left here for the Thunderwolves in this package. Got a couple of tight ends in this set. Cesario Scott is on the right side here. Got a fullback in this set, even for the Thunderwolves. Fake the run. Now they look right, fling it right, caught, touchdown. What do you know for the Pack? Thomas Carroll getting the touchdown. So you fake it into the line, and a beautiful toss there on the edge by Kroll. And Carroll takes it on into the end zone for the touchdown. Sophomore out of Upland, California. Extra point kick is up, and it is good. 2:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 67-28. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunder Bowl. Thunderwolves having a good time down there on the sideline. Just saw offensive line coach for the Thunderwolves. This guy's a piece of work for the Pack. He's a co-offensive coordinator, but the offensive line coach, Brian Natkin, he and Herm Smith down on the sideline having a nice little moment down there, kind of hugging it out and then pushing on each other, and had some fun with them a couple weeks ago right after the Pack football show. They came in late. It was with the Hutchins brothers, and we shared a cold beverage together. Talked a little football, talked about what needs to be done here in Pueblo, get a few more people involved. They had some good ideas. I liked them. That's one thing about it. There's no shortage of opinions. The problem is implementing solutions. Here's the kick into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 25-yard line. 2:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 67-28. So Thunderwolves, been kind of a rough week for them around the locker room and football room this week with some of the problems they had on the discipline side there, having to suspend 8 players for this game. Interesting enough, all 8 players that were suspended were part of the warm-ups. They all went through the pre-game drills. They all did all that. Once the game started, they just have to sit and watch and stand and watch on the sideline and not play after violating team rules. But hope it's just a one-and-done thing back next week. Here's the handoff around the right side. Good opening. Down the sideline, knocked out of bounds all the way out around the 45-yard line. Good run there around the right edge for the Cowboys. I think Maurice Newton on the carry. Got a flag down, though, back here at the 30, so there was a reason there was a big hole. There was a hold here against the Cowboys. Thunderwolves were offside, holding against Highlands, so those penalties will offset. It will be First and 10 all over again from the 25-yard line. 2:21 to go on the clock here. Now they wind the clock. Joey Cave still the quarterback here for the Cowboys. And they're going to run the ball around the left side. And oh, what a hit there. Man, oh man, you can hear the helmets come together there. Good stop for the Pack as Nate Sandy colliding with Maurice Newton. Gain of 2. It'll be second down at 8. Takes us down to the 2-minute timeout. All right, elsewhere in the conference today, Mesa defeats Mines 14-13. It's one of those long live the king is dead moments right there as Mines loses today. Also, Chadron State defeated Adams State 52-3. That game played up in Chadron. I'm never in doubt. Got 2 night games in the conference tonight. Western Colorado will be hosting Fort Lewis. And then the old backyard brawl in Rapid City will be South Dakota Mines taking on Black Hills State. Catch those games on the RMAC network. Oh, here we got a field goal kick here for the big money for $800 worth of tires from the 30-yard line. This guy looks athletic enough. Let's see if he can kick. Oh, he's got a good one, but he hooked it to the left. Boy, and he fires his cap into the ground. He got a lot of it, but hit kind of a spinning spiral kick there that time. He had the power. Just not quite the technique. And he is ticked off about it. Now he's yelling at the refs. I like that. He's like a manager who went out to talk to the pitcher on the mound and took advantage and decided, I'm going to yell at the umpires. In this case, he's going to yell at the referees. And the referees are kind of looking at him astonished. Like, what are you yelling at us for, dude? You're the one that hooked the kick. That was kind of a fun moment. Again, stay with us as we have the post-game show coming your way. Joe Cervi will be down on the field with talk with Phil Vigil, plus a guest or two. Here's the handoff inside, and Thunderbolts have that stuffed. Amir Copeland on the stop for the Pack. Had some help there with Shalom Peter. No gain, 3rd down and 8. Clock rolls, we're down to 1:40 to go. Highlands taking their time here. They're going to hand the ball up the middle. And Thunderwolves get a good stop there coming in from the safety position. Want to make sure, actually, the linebacker coming in. Landon Holloway, true freshman out of Denver East High School. Gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 6 now for the Cowboys. Under a minute to go. 55 seconds to be exact. Highlands not in any hurry here. They're letting as much time run off the clock as possible before they snap it. The play clock is at 10. 41 to go in the game. Looks like they're going to take it all the way down and take a timeout. And they do. Cowboys take a timeout to talk things over here with 30 seconds to go. Reminder, next week we'll be in Durango, Colorado. Thunderbolts will take on Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis finally got a win this year after a 40-some-odd game losing streak. Defeated Arizona Christian earlier in the season, second week of the season. Get their first win in a long, long time. It was back before COVID, before the last time they won a game. So we'll be there. It'll be a 1:30 pregame show, 2 o'clock kickoff from Durango. Interesting to see what they got going on in Durango. They had a fire earlier this year in their press box. Their press box, not all that great to begin with. Now with the fire, it's kind of condensed the working area there. So they said we'll have a place to work, but it'll be kind of cramped. But we'll see how that goes. But that's where we'll be next week. Thunderwolves return home in 2 weeks. Black Hill State will come to town. Then the Thunderwolves have their bye week before they finish off the season with 3 games in succession. Western Colorado, Mines, and then Shatter. They pass it out on the right side here, and the Thunderwolves, ball's loose, fumbled, and the Pack recover at the 31-yard line. Trying to fight for extra yards there was the Highlands receiver. When he did that, he left the ball exposed and ended up fumbling it away. And the Thunderwolves recovered, and they take it over on downs. Now the Pack can go victory formation here, and we'll all call it good. Stay with us. Post-game show. We'll have interviews on the field with Phil V. Hill plus a player. Joe Cervi already down there. He'll get set to bring those to you. We'll have the highlights of today's game. Then we'll do the stats. And then we'll do the scoreboard. And then we'll tell you goodbye. Ball snap, taking a knee, and that will do it. Thunderwolves win it 67-28. Stay tuned. Thunderwolves postgame show is next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Pack win the ball game 67-28. And we're testing Joe Cervi's mic, and it is working, so we'll let Phil Vigil make his way on over. Looks like Reese Robinson going to be one of the stars of the game. Also, Pack are also going to have Gary Seidenberger come over and talk. Looks like Joe Cervi's ready. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, down here with head coach Phil Vigil. Next man up, solid game, offense, defense, and special teams.
Hey, we finally put 4 quarters together. It's taken 6 games, but we played all 4 quarters. Proud of our guys today. They did a really good job against a team that we were worried about. Their offense is a lot to handle, and our defense held when we needed to, and offense was extremely efficient today. We scored on special teams, created an explosive on teams, got the ball back on teams. Just overall, really good effort today.
When you look at a game like this and a score like this, it's hard to pick a turning point, but it might have been early on that fourth down stand at the goal line.
Yeah, I think that was huge for us. You know, that was really early. And then I think the other part, too, is they do such a good job of holding the football. And so when we go and score and then we kick the onside kick and get that thing back, and that 15-point swing kind of put it out of reach a little bit in that first half. And so I think both those plays were huge for us today. Out of these guys, it's been a long week. We battled through some adversity this week, and the good Lord showed through today. And this team, proud of these guys.
It's always nice to see your ones and twos get excited when the 3s and 4s come in and make plays and get that valuable playing time.
It's these guys work so hard. They work so hard, and they deserve to get on the field when we have an opportunity to put them out there. And so proud of these guys, proud of those guys. We're going to learn from some mistakes and get better, but we're going to enjoy this one today.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Jim, we'll begin. Let's go the electric player first, Reese Robinson. Talk about making the most of your opportunities. You get the chance to return. You returned a couple punts last week. Did they tell us about that?
Just staying ready. My dad always told me the best ability is availability. So, whenever I get on that field, I just hone into that, and I just want to be the best.
It's kind of fun to be in that receiver room right now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's super fun, very deep. We're a big family, and we just love each other. We love the game so much.
Talk about the week this week where everybody was going to get a play.
Not necessarily that. We just had some adversity we had to overcome. People had to step up, and we just had to come out and make plays, do what we do best.
It's kind of fun as you're for those listeners. Reese is getting ice baths as we're talking on the air. It's kind of fun that your teammates are celebrating in your success today.
Yes, sir. That just shows you the love that we have for each other. They're excited for me. I'm excited for them.
Good. All right. Go enjoy that with your team. We'll bring in Gary Seidenberger. How's the ankle? First of all,
it's feeling good. Yes, sir. I'm back to, I'd say, 90-95%.
Talk about this. Highlands runs that offense that you don't see very often, and it maybe took you a little while to kind of recognize what you were seeing early, and then you guys just hunkered down.
Yes, sir. Well, we knew what they were going to do coming in. Well, we knew everything that they did. We just had to figure out what they were going to do against us. And once we got that figured out, it was we were pretty solid on defense.
You know, it's hard to pick a turning point in a game that's this magnitude of score, but maybe that goal line stand early seemed to kind of turn the tide.
Yes, sir. That was huge. Yeah, they punched us in the mouth a little bit on that drive, but one thing about our defense is we never break. So we always battle through adversity, and that was a huge stop. Definitely brought momentum to the team, and the offense went down and scored. So
kind of fun to watch some of your backups get some quality playing time, and you guys are the biggest cheerleaders on the sides for those guys.
Yes, sir. The young guys got to get in. 2 freshman linebackers, I think they both made a tackle, and that was cool to see because those guys come in and work their tails off every day.
All right, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy this with your team. Jim, back upstairs.
All right, thanks, Joe Cervi. And the little adjustment we made, moving up toward on the track, worked beautifully there on our interview segment. We thank Joe for conducting those. Got highlights of today's ball game. That all comes your way next. Thunderbolts win at 67-28 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt Pack. Win at 67-28. KJ Lang has been our producer and engineer today. He's got all the highlights fired up here, and I'll do my best not to screw this all up, but we'll go ahead and get this all started here as Thunderbolts got off to a good start defensively with a big play. And they're going to fake it in the middle. Here comes pressure up the middle, and they just throw the ball away on the edge, and it's intercepted.
That's our guy, Donovan English.
That pass thrown into the wind, Joe, and I think he's trying to throw it away out of bounds, but the wind got it and floated it, and English able to make the grab.
His third pick of the year. He told us he might get one. Donnie.
That was strange indeed. I'm sure Crawford looked like he was just trying to throw it away. And the wind was kind of whistling at that point in the game, and he just didn't get enough on it. And English took advantage. Made a great grab right on the sideline, set the Thunderwolves up. And it was Howard Russell V putting one on the board. And they give the ball up the middle. Nice cut there by Russell. 20, 15, 10, 5, pylon, touchdown, Thunderwolves.
Howard Russell V.
Well, the Thunderbolts take advantage of the early turnover, and their offense takes it right down the field and puts one on the board. And the extra point was good. Thunderbolts led it 7-0 at that point. Highlands responded with a great drive of their own, but the drive stalled here on this goal line stand. Welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Highlands with the football here. 4th down and goal. They run up the middle, and the Thunderbolts wrap him up and stop him. Thunderbolts defense, that whole interior line, they stuffed it, Joe. Massive humanity right there and big-time strength for the Pack. It was kind of a direct snap play, a wildcat play, if you will, and a direct snap to their tailback, and he got stoned at the goal line. So the score remained 7-0 at that point. Thunderbolts unable to do much with it. They had to punt away. They eventually get the ball back, and this time they went a little bit deeper into the running back room. Give the ball up the middle, putting his head down to the goal line. Touchdown! Corian Burrell for the Pack. And Burrell's touchdown, the extra point followed, made it 14-0 at that point. Then the Thunderwolves went to a little trickery for their next touchdown. Pass left, that's Kroll. Now here's the double pass up the sideline. Man's wide open. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown! Thunderwolves, Xavier Marshall. Thunderwolves had run that play earlier in the game, but they didn't elect the double pass. They just threw a pass out in the flat to Kroll. He ran it up the sideline. This time, it was a backwards pass to Kroll, and then he launched it up the sideline, and Marshall was wide open. He waltzed it on into the end zone for the touchdown. The extra point was good, made it 21-0 at that point. Then the Thunderwolves get a big run from Russell. Here's a handoff off the left side. Russell turns the corner. 50, 45, 40. Cuts back inside. 30, 25, 20. Cuts back inside. Breaks another tackle inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Right on cue, we get a great run from a Thunderwolves running back. Herman, that had to make you feel like you're right back at home.
That sent shivers down my back. That was a great run.
Herman Hurd, our guest in the booth, one of the Hall of Fame inductees last night, the former Kansas City Chief, the former USC Indian, back on that 82 team that went to the playoffs. That was always great, right on cue with him in the booth. Russell would finish off the drive. And they give the ball to Russell. Cuts back inside, breaks the tackle, puts his head down to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
So it took him 2 plays.
It's a great physical run. That's a great physical run.
He's a very patient runner.
Yes.
He'll let blocks set up. Le'Veon Bell a little bit and just kind of stay back and then go.
Then the Thunderwolves decided to go with a little trickery on the 2-point conversion. Now they send ramming in motion. They snap it to Dvorak. Jump pass. Caught. 2-point conversion is good.
Excellent.
Always wait for flags on something weird like that, but I think that's Starmer. And it was Starmer indeed on the 2-point grab. It was 29-0 at that point. Then the Thunderwolves turned to special teams for the big play. Angles it toward the sideline. Robinson's going to get it at the 27. Puts his head down. 30, 35, 40. Up the sideline. Gets a block. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
That is an embarrassment of riches.
Reese Robinson on the punt return. It covered 73 yards. Willig added the extra point. It was 36-0 at that point. Now we're going to go a little bit further into it. The Highlands able to get a touchdown to cut it to 36-6, but then the Thunderwolves struck for a big play. The snap bobbled it, now regains it. Going for the end zone for Nigel Mitchell. He's got it! Touchdown! What a pass! What a grab by Nigel. He had to be worried about keeping his feet in bounds there in the back of the end zone. He does a little dance.
Jim?
Look at Nigel throwing a little Irish move there. Isn't that a little Irish jig there? A little Irish dancing there. It was a creative dance indeed there by Nigel. These Thunderwolves all can dance, Joe. They all have signature moves.
They have a lot to dance about right now.
Exactly.
The music they hear in their head is beautiful.
The Thunderwolves then get a big play on defense. Oops, I'm turning the wrong dial. The Thunderwolves have it. The 37-yard line. Ball came out, and the Thunderwolves have forced the turnover. They get another chance to score. Looks like Seidenberger comes off the bottom of the stack.
He might have caused the fumble too, but he recovered it. That's for sure.
All right, Thunderwolves able to take advantage with another touchdown. Burrell remains the lone back on the right hip this time of Larson. 2 wideouts left. And they give it to Burrell. Nice through there. Struggles and gets to the end zone. Just powered his way through there. He is so strong, Joe. Those arm tackles just shed off him.
Thick with power. He's got the speed we've seen, but that's just power running.
Well, in a game like this, with the Thunderwolves doing what they need to do, they get a lot of different people in the ball game. They went a little bit deeper in their bag of tools for this touchdown. Gain of a yard where he tripped down at the 27. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Thunderwolves. Down to 6:05 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead the game 53-14. Lewis split wide to the left. He has Reese Robinson in the slot to the left. Smith to the right. Play action. Fuller steps back in the pocket. He's going for it all. In the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! What a grab.
Verla Smith.
And Smith getting open. Smith, the sophomore out of Modesto, California, puts it on the board. Thunderwolves add the extra point. What'd that put us at? I think it was 60-14 at that point. Hey, let's get one more touchdown in there for the Pack. Kennedy Lewis wide to the left here for the Thunderwolves in this package. And a couple of tight ends in this set. Cesario Scott is on the right side here. Got a fullback in this set even for the Thunderwolves. Fake the run. Now they look right, fling it right. Caught, touchdown. What do you know for the Pack? Thomas Carroll getting the touchdown. There's a beautiful design on that play as Kroll took the snap, faked it in the line, and then Carroll just kind of leaking out in the flat, and the pass was right on the money. I thought Kroll, great job today, Joe. It'd be easy for a guy just to kind of mope around, mail it in for the season. This guy, whenever he gets a chance, he makes big plays.
Well, and it's not just this season.
Yes.
It was last season and the season before. You know, it was Hunter Roque, and then it was Chance Fuller. You know, Stevie Kroll is the ultimate locker room guy.
And just got to love what he does and what he brings to this ball club. All right, great job on the highlights. We'll come back. We'll give you the stats from today's game. Once again, Thunderbolts win it 67-28 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Pack win the ball game. I got to keep looking at the scoreboard. I can't remember it. 67-20. A lot of points there, Joe.
Well, we were talking on the sidelines about what you had on your bingo card. And, you know, Reese Robinson, hey, I was talking to Josh Atkins, the wide receiver coach, and he said he is their cheat code inside.
Yes.
He said, you know, it's hard to get him on the field with Zach and Nigel, but he goes, he is our cheat code. Because I asked him, I go, is he that fast? He goes, he's faster.
Yeah.
He goes, he's our cheat code.
Yeah.
And that's and to be a part of that room with that many guys.
Yeah.
And Howard Russell, he was so excited for his fellow running backs.
Yeah, I'd like to see Reese and Nigel in a race.
But I also didn't have the long snapper catching a 2-point conversion. Who was the kid that scored the last touchdown?
Carroll?
Yeah, I didn't have him.
Yeah, that was
I
a
mean,
little different.
If you had any of these on your bingo card, go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Here are the numbers today. 26-23 in favor of first downs for the Thunderwolves. They had 197 on the ground, 379 through the air, 576 yards total offense. Highlands, 326 on the ground. That's eye-opening, but only 48 through the air, 374 yards total offense. Highlands actually ran 66 plays from scrimmage. Thunderwolves only 52. Some of the other various numbers, they did lose 2 fumbles. Time of possession, Highlands, 35-43. Thunderwolves, 24-17. Third downs, 4 of 12 for Highlands. Thunderwolves better today, 4 of 7 on third down. Thunderwolves 4 for 4 in the red zone. Highlands 3 for 4. Individual numbers, Russell 8 carries, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Burrell 8 for 62, 2 touchdowns. Cave 13 carries, 128 for Highlands. Valetti 20 for 94. Walton had 8 for 62. Throwing the ball today, Larson 9 of 14, pretty pedestrian, 139 yards, 1 touchdown.
In limited action, though.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the nation's leading passer. Let's remember that he was very limited action.
Didn't really need him to be all that in a bag of chips. Kroll 5 for 5, 118, had the touchdown. Fuller did throw an incompletion today. We knew he just wasn't as good.
He wasn't any good. Now, folks, we tease him about that because he had not thrown an incompletion prior to this game.
And he doesn't even make the stat sheet. You know, they only put the top.
There's only so much room.
It's only what you can get in here. Verla Smith 4 catches for 74 in the touchdown. Toscas 3 for 102 and a touch. No, he didn't have a touchdown. 3 for 102.
I asked him if he even played today.
Yeah. Marshall 2 for 77. He had a touchdown. Robinson 2 for 34. Also had the punt return for the touchdown. Nichols 2 for 31 to lead the way for Highlands. Some of the defensive numbers, Isaiah Pittman, 7 tackles. McCaney, 7 tackles. Seidenberger was 6. Guyton with 5. Duran had 5 to lead the way for Highlands. Final score, Thunderwolves win it 67-20. Come back, give you a scoreboard, tell you where we're going to be next week, wrap things up. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves postgame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderwolves, 67-28. Thunderwolves win it. We had a big upset today in the RMAC. Long live the King. The King is dead, Joe. Colorado Mines, they lose today. Well, I guess they're on life support. They're not dead yet. They still got a chance.
Let's just put it this way. There were 5 minutes to go in the game, and that was news on the sidelines here in Pueblo.
Yes, Mesa defeats Mines today 14-13. Shadron State over Adams State 52-3. Western Colorado hosts Fort Lewis later tonight, as does South Dakota Mines hosting Black Hills State. Always fun to catch a little bit of that game, the backyard brawl up there in South Dakota. Only 35 or so miles apart are the two campuses, and they tend to have a good time when they play some football. Some other Division II scores today here. Let's see what we got. Man, we get the dumb pop-up ad there. Let's see what's going on here. I wasn't really paying attention much to this all day.
It was a pretty benign day.
Yeah, I don't see.
When I was flipping through scores earlier, it wasn't
Here's one for you. Augustana defeats Duluth 28-24. Augustana, the 25th ranked team in the country.
I bet that was just a brawl.
Slippery Rock today wins a thriller, Joe, 33-32 over IUP.
We love. That's the Greyhounds?
Yeah, UIndy.
Our good friends.
Yeah, UIndy defeats William Jewell 23-20. Yeah, there you go. We'll scroll on down through here. Minnesota State loses. Sioux Falls defeats Minnesota State 40-36. A lot of big upsets.
I'm not
today
very.
in college
That
football.
doesn't make me sad.
Central Oklahoma went over Missouri Southern. Let's see, Pitt State a winner. Some other games going on tonight. Here is a bit of an upset. Northern State defeats 16th ranked Bemidji State 14-13. Thunderbolts are going to be moving up in the rankings this week.
And those are all conference games you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's happening in Division II. We have a big-time upset alert in big boy football today. Alabama on the ropes. They trail Vanderbilt 40-28. They're the number one ranked team in the country. 3:28 to go. They're playing in Nashville. Alabama does have the ball. They're at the Vanderbilt 11-yard line, but they're down 12. They need 2 scores to win it. So they got time to pull off some magic, but it's going to be a tough uphill climb for them.
Jimmy, the Commodores haven't been this good since Lionel Richie was lead singer.
Exactly right. I like that, Joe. That's a good one. Nebraska leads Rutgers 14-7. Some other games in progress. Clemson leads Florida State. Your Rams leading Oregon State end of the first quarter 7-0. You get home and watch that.
Go
Joe.
Rams.
All right. Scrolling down through here. Air Force lost today. Boise State leads Utah State. That's a game that's just underway. Navy defeated Air Force 34-7. Get all the other scores. Yeah, you can find all the other scores there. I go to CBS.com because, you go wherever you want to get all your scores there. But, some big games as well tonight. Looking forward to it. All right, let's put a bow on this one, Joe. Thunderbolts win it. Kind of a little bit of a dicey beginning, maybe just because Highlands plays that funky option, but the Thunderbolts overcome it and then turn it on.
Well, there was a little bit of inner turmoil for Csu-Pueblo. They had 8 players who normally play a lot sit out for the game, violation of team rules, but the guys who took the opportunities in their place played well. They showed up, they showed out, and that should send a message through the room that who's ever in can do the job. And so show that respect to your teammates, because you and I have talked about this team. We think there's something here.
Yes.
We really do. They have all the pieces to make a serious run.
Yeah,
so
don't screw it up.
Yeah,
in other words.
take care of business.
All right, special people to thank. We thank our halftime guests around halftime. They were our second quarter guests, John Trahan, of course, and Herman Hurd.
How about Herman Hurd in the booth?
In case you missed those, I'll cut those up for you, and we'll put them on the fan page tomorrow so you can hear what those two had to say as part of our guests. They were right here on cue during a couple of big plays.
It was awesome.
It was kind of fun, and they enjoyed having the week. It was a big Hall of Fame weekend here this week on campus. Special thanks to Ben Greenberg. If you didn't catch all the story, you can still go on the GoThunderbolts.com website and see all the profiles on all the Hall of Famers that made it in this year. It was a great weekend indeed here on homecoming for the Thunderwolves. We thank everybody involved in the Mexico Highlands, all the help they've got. Kajal Lang is our producer and engineer today of Thunderwolves football. We thank Kajal for stepping in and doing such a fabulous job with all the highlights. Paul Plinsky, this is one of those big headache weeks. It's in your rearview mirror now, Paul. You can kind of relax and move forward.
Milkshake time.
There you go. Exactly. That's his idea of a cold one. All right. We'll be at Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Speaking of a cold one, I'll be over there in about 20 minutes. Get one ready for me as I pack things up here. But special thanks to them because they host the Pack Football Show. We'll be there on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Joe and I will be there along with head coach Phil Vigil, and we'll have a couple of guests. Come on out and enjoy the show there. Our next Thunderbolts football action will be next Saturday. We'll be in Durango, Colorado. Fort Lewis is the opponent. It'll be a 1:30 pregame show, 2 o'clock kickoff for Durango. Remember, Thunderbolts, they've had some nightmares down in Durango. We don't want to have another one, but join us for the broadcast there. All right, that's going to do it for our producer and engineer today, Cajal Lang, for my partner Joe Cervi, for Ben Greenberg. This is Jim Brooks bidding you good afternoon. Thunderbolts win it. Final score, 67-28. Good night, everybody.